On a beautiful sunny day here in Calgary, we're going to hit +7. Feel like spring at the Scotties. Pool A comes to a close this afternoon in Alberta, and there is so much riding on it. It's been a roller coaster ride for Northern Ontario, up and down throughout the week at Winsport. However, Krista McCarville and company control their own destiny, win, and they are in. Holding on with a glimmer of hope, Caitlin Laws. Despite 4 losses, there is still a chance the Manitoba crew can continue into the qualifiers. It is draw 17, the Scotties. Well, this is it, the final day, round robin play will decide Pool A now, Pool B tonight. Oh my goodness, all the kind of calculation, who will make it, who won't. This morning, Pool B was on the ice, and it was Nova Scotian Heather Smith. Jill Brothers with her final stone, that's the yellow. She just couldn't get across the nose of the Manitoba stone, couldn't roll it underneath. That leaves this hit for Kate Cameron. In 10 in a 4-4 tie, bang, and away it goes, and that was for the win for Manitoba to keep themselves very much part of the playoff picture. Elsewhere, it's Galusha winning over Yukon, still winless so far. Jones and Holman, they're tuning up for the playoffs with wins over Ontario and New Brunswick. So this is what we know, and tonight, Pool B is the focus, and it'll come down to Grandy and Cameron. Simple. While in ours, Sturmey, Einarson, they have their spots. McCarville with a win is in. Oh, but we could have 5 teams at 4 losses, and then it becomes all math. And on this Thursday afternoon, we do say hello, Canada, and welcome back. Joe's here, Russ. We'll hear from Kathy momentarily. Yet, listen, I love this day because of all the possibilities. But here, simple, Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville, you win, you're in. And they made that change to bring in Andrea Kelly. So are they in a good spot?
I think they thought they found the key for their team. They were so close so many times in the Scotties, but hasn't been the case this week. Anytime we see that new player come in, usually there's some growing pains involved. And not only that, they have that rotating front end, not the same people supporting her all the time. They're not communicating. They need to find that chemistry that's been so important for them making the playoffs every year.
And no more important than right now. Funny how it is. You can play very well, as Caitlin Laws did last night, but still lose.
It's a slippery sport. It's played on ice. You're absolutely right, Caitlin. We talked about Caitlin for years, 2-time gold medalist. They're just playing so cautious. I would argue she's the best player in the barn the last 3 games, but she lost last night, out curling Carrie Einarson by 13%. How do you do that? They're just too cautious, a little too cautious. They're thinking, don't give up a steal instead of thinking score 2. It's the old snooker adage. It's not the shot you make, it's the shot you leave. Just be aggressive.
So, Northern Ontario, win, you're in. But the possibility of, can you imagine, 5 teams at 4 losses?
Team McCarville is a fantastic team. They have had so much success at the Scotties, and I'm excited to be playing in that environment and try and just enjoy every moment of it.
Going into that game, we're going to have to play our best. You know, they have all of the experience, so we know we have to really pick it up fast, and I'm sure the Butterflies will be a little bit more, for that win, but our number 1 goal is to win the Scotties.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Home Hardware. Here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires. Growing together.
So the only team not playing is Ackerman, Saskatchewan, also at 4 losses. Kathy, there's going to be some scoreboard watching, I'm sure.
Well, there certainly is. Stacey Curtis from Newfoundland and Labrador was a giant killer last night, and she takes on another giant in Carrie Anerson. For Carrie, a win can still very much put her into the picture. BC's Corinne Brown, well, in her case, she needs to keep her eyes. This is somebody with her eye on that same sheet, because a loss over by McCarville could put Corinne Brown in. Big game for Corinne. And Selena Sturmey, well, we saw her losing yesterday for the very first time. What is the rebound like? And the final game, well, that's PEI's Jane DiCarlo from PEI, and she's taking on Laurie St. George from Quebec. They both want to end this Scotties round robin with a win.
DiCarlo from PEI, I got it. It's time to meet the teams now. And it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. From Northern Ontario, Krista McCarville out of the Fort William Curling Club in Thunder Bay with today Sarah Potts, Ashley Sipla, and Andrea Kelly. It means that Kendra Lilly sits. Team Laws, Manitoba, Fort Rouge, and Winnipeg. McCush, Peterman, and Negavan backing her up. So this has been one of the stories about Manitoba. They lead in the last rock draw numbers, and they win it quite handily as they touch the button twice. And that could ultimately decide them going through if it comes down to 5 teams. And interestingly enough, they struggled during the Bonspiel season at the provincials after a lot of hard work. They never played a game without last rock at the Manitoba Scotties. So to get us underway, it is the Northern Ontario lead, Sarah Potts.
When you look at the head-to-head matchup here, the only plus is this position at lead for Sarah. She got a +4 against Kristen. The rest is all to Caitlin, and Caitlin herself, really, as we mentioned earlier, is getting hot at the right time, or is it too late?
It's I really do appreciate the fact, Joe, that you know their last rock draws were not very good. They've worked on it, got them through the provincials, and ultimately here could put them through. It's a big deal. We take that for granted. Let's check the keys to the game, and we'll start with Krista McCarville.
Yeah, for Team Northern Ontario, Kelly's killer instinct. Anytime we see her at the Scotties in that skip roll, she just has that intensity, that fire in her eyes where she will not miss. And to remember their resilience. We've seen a little bit this week, a lot of frustration, so many expectations. They need to quit with that frustration and communicate, learn for the next shot.
Very tight. Not in. Ashes of anything. I can't. Still sliding really good, yeah.
Ooh.
15.5. Good throw, Sarah.
Settles down, center line. All right, the keys now for Manitoba and Laws.
Well, pressure Krista McCarville. It just, instead of hitting that front guard, get around it if you're Caitlin Laws and put some pressure on this wonderful player and make Krista draw. She's only 68% as a skip on all her draws. You have to shrink that scoring area, make that 4 foot smaller.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. And that's to your point, right, Joe? If you're Manitoba, you sense, yeah, here's McCarville with a chance to get through, but they have not been as tight, if I may use that word. So if you can put some pressure on them, still may add to maybe a little looseness, lack of communication, because you tend to tighten up when you're under pressure.
Yeah, and I think especially in arena conditions where the ice will change as the game progresses, all the lineup has to communicate. If there's a miss, there's no time to be mad or pouting or slamming your broom. You can be frustrated and have that come out, but then you have to close that loop. You have to debrief that shot and learn for the next person.
So the addition of Andrea Kelly led this team to go to a 3-person rotation, and they were committed to that rotation through the first 6 games, and then they made the decision of who would sit. Sarah Potts has had an outstanding week, so she gets the start at lead. Ashley Sippola now second.
More power to them, Beck. Not a lot of teams do that. They always, you get a turn, you get a turn. It's, you know, come on, like this is sudden death. You got to put your best line up there.
Kendra Lilly in a 7th appearance. Of course, they were the silver medalists in 22. And she's always played the 3rd spot, but was quite accepting the fact that Andrea Kelly joined the team.
Well, who wouldn't be, you know, and Andrea puts most of skips to shame with her brushing. She's very strong brusher and big game player.
Go 10, Ash. 10.
Really nice angle to sit 3 here. The yellow will disappear. Anything high side.
9.5. Whoa, no. Andrea, hard. Andrea, hard. Hard, Andrea. Hard, Andrea. Gotta go. Go. Keep going. Hard. Good. I got 10. 10-1.
5 rocks, of course, 10 ends, 38 minutes. Ah, yes, if you haven't joined us before, just the 1 60-second timeout. And, of course, the no-tick rule put that center stone on the center line. It is something that Rick Lang, Kathy, talked about with regards to those timeouts. You know, if you had 2, you could waste 1. The question is now, when do you use it and not waste it?
Well, and he said there were already 2 games at 2 times that he felt that he had let his team down by not calling a timeout. But he said you'd always want to make sure that your team isn't stuck with 1.5 minutes in the last end and you've taken some of that time away. So coaches are also having to deal with the change in the rule and decide how and when they take that.
3-time Brier, 2-time world champion, legend, Hall of Fame member, Rick Lang.
Yeah, when you used to have 2, you could almost say, okay, coach, 1 timeout's for you and 1 timeout is for us. But there's no luxury there anymore.
No, you see a lot of teams save it to the last shot. You can't really. Should be able to hold it down the center.
Kelly, and look at the roll, get it over, and not quite.
10-2. A little less than yours. 10-2. 10-4. 10-2. 10-2. It just seemed it was nice.
Might be able to get to the inside and catch the back red here.
Yes.
Can't throw it very hard in this spot, though. I need to curl a little bit past the guard to get to the inside. These are always tricky first end. Fresh pebble down the middle.
10-5. Lead. Lead up.
6th Scotties appearance for Selena Negavan. And nothing, and
close.
Can't catch it at the back.
10-1. Yeah.
So it's still there.
My way a bit wouldn't be bad either.
Curled up. You should do that fairly hard.
Same weight.
I was with you. I thought they'd throw more like an 11 or 11.5 to kind of get the curl past the guard.
Yeah, I don't think they would ever have spilled both those red, though, with the light bump. The houses are a little bit more dead in the beginning of the game.
And rolls it away, but boy, hang around. Hang around if you're Northern Ontario, and it will, just on the edge. Kathy, you saw the game obviously this morning.
Yes.
And again, the rocks overnight had been just sharpened a little bit.
Well, for Merklinger, he wanted the teams to have consistent ice through the weekend, and when they textured the stones the other day, he didn't feel that it would retain the curl. We heard a lot of talk last night about some straight spots. That's not what an ice crew wants to hear. And his concern is that he was having to clip too much still, and he didn't want to do that because then all of a sudden you're going to get flat spots and picks. So they retextured again last night, hoping that the conditions now will stay from here right through to Sunday's final exactly as they are right now.
Oh, you're by.
That's great stuff, Kath. Mike was telling me before the event started that there's just no frost. There's nothing, and they need a little bit for the rocks to actually bite into, and the closest frost is somewhere in Nova Scotia. Like they just can't it's hard to keep the curl on the rocks.
They have a low dew point, there's no humidity in the air, so they're dealing with a whole lot of elements that people watching just don't necessarily consider, but they have to.
Yeah.
And full credit to them, texturing the rocks, that takes a long time. So they pulled a really long night, not last night, but the night before, and then being the perfectionists that they are, pulling another long night, and this crew works so hard.
Absolutely, and did them before the event. That's a lot of work.
We had a 14. I had 13.9.
So goes deep to the back 8, does Selena Negevin.
That's nice speed there, 14.3. We were seeing that to kind of top 4 T-line before, so it's about a 15.3 in this spot. It's quick.
11th appearance, Krista McCarville.
Nice there. Line only.
Couple of silver medals.
Line only.
Last time Northern Ontario won, well, actually it was still Ontario. They hadn't split. Was Heather Houston back in 1988. And then Houston went on to win as Team Canada in 89.
14.7.
Keep an eye on that rock.
Oh, your weight was perfect.
What?
Were you like trying to curl it?
I think she said curl. Initially, she said Sarah, so I went.
Hey, communication.
Well,
Really hard, guys. Really hard.
So they, before the hog line, either the sweeper was called to or they heard that they were called to try to get the rock to curl, and then of course it over curls. But this is what I'm talking about, closing the loop on the shot and debriefing. Okay, where did we go wrong and what do we need to do to make the next one? It's so important. Instead of just being frustrated and quiet, that communication is key.
yeah, with the new third, right? It takes time. You said that before the event started with this team.
Well, but beyond that, I mean, they just retextured the rocks again. This is the first time they've seen them, so just got caught in the spot.
That's exactly what happened to Krista McCarville's draw to the button for hammer. It died on them and over curled.
Provides a bit of an out, though, for Caitlin Laws here. She plays her first. Has that tight guard to go behind. Can she run this back and actually make a double on it? And drives it through and then rolls to the center line.
Great throw, Caitlin. Good speed. Very quiet. 9-4. Yeah.
Same weight on
Interesting situation here for Team McCarville. They do not have last shot here. You'd love to hit something, but how do you hit it? You can't get to that one really without a draw. You hit this, you're not going to be second shot. So I think they're going to actually play the same shot they just missed, which is nerve-wracking too. It has to be closer than both yellows, or it's going to be a hit for 3.
Is this a little more ice?
Krista's really, really good player and usually easy to read, but that's 2 interns that have taken off on her, one in practice.
Final stone for Northern Ontario. Fort William Curling Club, Thunder Bay. And they will be the hosts for next year's Scotties. Cipla. Left, Potts right. You can hear Andrea Kelly. Can you sneak this? Yes. And now you need to sit down, out-count those 2, and they do.
Just. Whoa. That was looking like guard halfway down.
Wow, that curl. 14-4. It was a hair more, yeah.
They picked this up right out of Krista McCarville's hand. Great line call by Andrea Kelly. If they hadn't, it would have been a really scary situation for Northern Ontario.
Stay on it for line then. Ash, hard.
Lucky it was there on its own kind of weight too, but sweeping weight, that takes off.
Right, if she throws 3 feet lighter like she wanted, it doesn't get by. Kind of looks like they're, well, I guess it's straight back tap, but they could be playing the split.
And it was more rotation, I thought.
I think they're playing the split, Russ.
It
What
makes
was the time
sense.
on that one?
14-4.
You miss wide, you still get your 1 at the
What I got
back.
on that one.
It's not too dangerous.
Or back yellow.
Played a lot of hits here, so I think speed should be good. Okay.
But the split will have to be both stones full in the 8. Not good. As we said earlier, 45 to 55 is your goal. And then, look at that, they picked up the game and the hammer efficiency late in the week after a slow start. Final stone Laws, Manitoba, Peterman's
Jess.
got her. Negavan calling line. Can you split this? Can you? You got one. And you're going to settle down. Don't gear away. Don't gear away. Oh, just may have. It'll be close. No, and that will be only one. Top of the 8. Laws forced here in the first. It'll all be decided today. Hard to believe, really, when you think about it. Some good teams are going to be on the outside looking in. As we welcome you back, final day, round robin play. The Scotties from Winsport Event Center, Canada Olympic Park. It all started last Friday. The 18 teams, 2 pools of 9, and just 3, only 3 will advance. And in this pool A, Krista McCarville knows if she wins, she'll go through.
Caitlin wasn't quite successful, but I love the effort. I love it. She didn't keep a cautious attitude. It didn't just bump it for one or draw for one. She tried the shot that was tougher, almost made it. And they've done it again here, coming around immediately. And that's what they have to do. A little bit more pressure on your opponent, and they can win a lot of games.
Well, at this point in time, what's the old adage? You play to win or not to lose, Joe. So I mean, she knows, Laws. It'll come down to the math for her to get through. So you may as well go out guns a-blazing. Not be stupid about it. Not even suggesting that. But you've got it. You can't sit back.
No, and it's hard in a week like this at the Scotties. you try to approach every game without thinking about results or what's on the table or how you've been playing. But sometimes mentally, emotionally, it's hard to get to that place where you're not thinking about, oh, I've just been struggling with this all week, or I can't find my draw weight. They have to let all that go and just play.
Okay, that's sweet. Yeah, she 14-1.
So Team Canada, they open with a single. Sturmey ahead of BC and Quebec. They're sitting also at 4 losses. Laurie Saint-Georges opens with a triple.
Get very tight to the guard to make a double, or at least kick the buried rock over a little bit.
Hard, Sarah, on the roll, hard roll. Nice shot, Ash. Really good. I think it got under just enough.
Freeze.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, 8 feet less.
Okay, let's see exactly what you need to do here is just shrink that scoring area.
Yeah, I thought we might see Kristen McCarville rip the front, try to open things up, just knowing that they're a little bit more of a defensive-minded team.
I did too. I heard somebody suggested at the far end. You like that call better too, to rip?
Second end, I think so.
Me too.
We're tapping. Curl. T-line. Curl.
Jocelyn Peterman,
Just curl.
Negative.
Just curl.
trying to help this over. And maybe you tap it up for shot. You do.
Okay, sweet.
Northern Ontario now shot rock.
Well, we got to run it.
All right, here are the results now. We all started last Friday, of course. The key for is that first win, Brown. See that one? Now, Brown's on the ice, too, and she's at 3 losses. If McCarville wins, regardless of what Brown does, she'll has that head-to-head. But McCarville, if she should lose, and Brown, she could get in as well. So it's that simple. It's really all in McCarville's hands. It could be Brown, or it could be 5 teams, and then we get out the calculators.
Very nice.
Okay. I almost fell. What? I did not slide good. I was wobbly, and then I almost fell. Do you like here?
Nice to connect in the rings and move some things around, but the shooter didn't roll very far.
Still a port, isn't there?
Yeah, I think they were hoping to just clear the front instead.
Tap to sit 3 here. Tricky, it's right on the line. If you set it, it's not going to get by that yellow guard, but we know there's curl here once it crosses the line.
Selena Negevin. Peterman's got her. Oh, we'll get through there. Yeah, you'll like that. You like that. You like that. Oh, gosh, you're going to love that. Oh, it just spills a little too much on that outturned side.
Good shot.
Too much to ask Joe to have that stop under the corner?
I mean, ideally, yes, but I think you're pretty happy in the second end. Haven't seen this path yet. You also know that the rocks are going to probably have a bit more bite to them. So if you're in the ballpark at this point, you're pretty happy if you're Team Manitoba.
12th Scotties appearance for Andrea Kelly, bronze medalist in 22. Former Canadian junior champion. Sarah Potts coming through again, yeah. Now where's this roll going to be? And they'll move stones at the back. Shot rock belongs Northern Ontario. Not much underneath of anything.
Rolled a little bit, though. They might have to throw the other turn at this, Russ.
No question about it, which makes that port a pile smaller.
Why is that?
Well, as you get by that top one, it's going to curl enough. And
but you throw in turn, out turn. Why is it?
Yeah, the out turn's going to curl off that red one on the yellow, so it shrinks that port by a ton.
We used to say the door is opening the wrong way here.
Yeah, right.
Because you're going to sneak past that corner guard. It's going to continue to curl towards the one tighter to the rings.
No. Oh, curl. Hard curl. It's a little solid.
Pretty close to that red guard.
Keep going.
Can I give it? And won't get through.
10-5. Speed's good.
9-5, 10-5.
And pulling weight off Joe wouldn't have helped.
Oh, it would have for sure. The problem is if they would have thrown less weight, if they just snuck past that corner guard, they would have run the risk of racking on the center line guard. Once those lighter weights start to curl, it's hard to stop it.
Yeah,
a little more weight so it would stay straighter through that port.
The more weight, the easier chance there, wasn't it?
15 to tee.
At 15 to tee, that's the quickest speed we've seen all week.
Yes.
Wow.
Roll line.
They picked it up at the right time. Their hammer efficiency, meaning you score 2 or more with last rock. That's a good number, 50%. Starting without last rock in this one, however. It did force in that first.
Sliding past it. Just here. Sit.
Whoa.
Good shot.
And just to the broom.
Judge. 15.
Good shot, Andrea.
Guess just trying those. Okay. I guess that's not
Yeah,
ideal
we
either.
gotta get low.
Okay, then you like the run?
Sure.
Just plant it on this one and try and roll right there.
The other audible is run it, miss a little on the center line side, and you might make the red double.
So a hair low.
You hit the top red at 1 or 2 o'clock, you'd make the red double and open things up. What they're trying to do is go straight
Try and
back,
plant it in front of theirs.
hit the highest red, try to roll a little left.
Hair low.
Both would be great outcomes.
Skip stones, Joe. Are you Manitoba a little desperate here? You got to make something go away, even if you don't plant it.
Yeah, just want to make sure you kill one red here. This, I think, is a big difference moving from third to skip. Caitlin played these shots all the time at third, but when you're playing them as a skip, there's just so much more on the line.
Yeah, could be late to be doing it, right? If you don't make noise here.
All right, let's make some noise if you're Manitoba. Peterman, here we go. Makes noise. Bang, 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 bang. Hello, goodbye.
Very nice.
All right, key game for Quebec, of course, having scored 3. They're trying to stay at 4.
On her final stone, Lordy St. Georges faced 2. She hit and rolled. That is the shot stone that you see biting the forefoot. Veronica looked at whether she could get by and just tick it. All she needed to do was move it maybe an inch or 2, and there's not much risk because if you touch your own, you roll in. But this is just the straight draw.
PEI champions from the Crapo Curling Club. They're skipped by Jane DiCarlo, but it is Veronica Main that throws the 4th stone.
14-2. Should be good.
All rookie team. Oh, you're going to settle. Oh, it just did. Looks like it just did. One it is. So PEI on the board looking to win their first.
1 red.
14-2 earlier in the week. That was sweeping weight for right on the button. Speed's nice across the building, it sounds like, today.
And
McCarville's first and trying to wrap it around. There you go. And underneath. And shot rock top 8.
that is just perfect.
No.
Well, if you did it the first time, Russ, can you do it again?
She can. You know, that's I've been a bit critical about the defensive style, but this is the right play, and she just made it, absolutely. Now, you know, the average player, 10-foot run back, probably misses it way more than they make it, but Caitlin will be closer.
Bit of risk here. Could jam on that back yellow. If you make contact in the house.
Doing a little peeking next door. Newfoundland and Team Canada playing right beside them.
Caitlin's shooter rolled a little bit on her first, so this one will have a piece of the center line. Sometimes you see it come up a little bit more when it's on the line.
Final stone, one again, right out of her hand. Here we go, Peterman. No, it's gone. They know. And drive it by. And so Northern Ontario will have a chance for 2.
Great come around from the skipper.
2 nice come arounds, one from Andrea, one from Krista. That's what you want to see. Back end feeling draw weight.
Yeah. Yeah, let's
Nice.
like it was.
So we can't be to our red. Maybe I got hair more, I guess.
Yeah.
Caitlin's other option was go around, of course, but there wasn't a lot of room there.
Have to take a different path here, Russ. You heard Krista say if she comes to her red one, she won't be second shot.
You aware of the ice out here, Russ?
It's a shade wider, about 5-6 inches wider than the draw the button path. So the nice part about these I found is if it hits a bit of pebble, it dies, then it curls into the draw the button path, and they can drag it.
So last year she was 78% under draw, 68 in this year's event, and has to settle.
Well, yes.
But she got some backing. Oh, that might be too
careful.
much. Look out. You're going to give this away? Are you giving it away? You did. One only. Wow. Just a single. They had a chance for 2. Winsport Event Center, Canada Olympic Park, opened back in 2011, seating some 3,004 sheets in play as we wind up the round robin of Pool A. And we often talk, don't we, about the points you leave on the board. And that was one certainly for Northern Ontario had a chance for 2 in the draws heavy. So we're tied at 1 as we welcome you back. We go to 3. And once again, Manitoba with Last Rock playing the Yellowstone.
Okay. Feel for the sweepers in that situation. They had to go out wider. It's a new path. You think, okay, it might run a bit slower. All of a sudden it's gliding. There was a rock they could have used as backing to come down to.
I think I'm getting tricked on my first
Had to make that call around the hog line, and then you never want to sweep it and then have it go by.
Yeah.
It's just such a tough situation.
And you see it all the time, don't you?
And one of the things, sorry, Russ, that Rick Lang told Vic and myself before the game is that they played in 5 or 6 of events, and it wasn't until the provincials that they saw arena ice. So there are tendencies in curling clubs that just don't happen in arenas and vice versa.
100%. That's well said, Kath, because Vic said to me, is this a wider path? Yes, it is. Is it slower? Not necessarily, because the rocks have been textured. So, yes, they were in some fresh pebble about halfway down because of the much more curl. That got into the good path to draw the button path too soon, Kath, and it just downhill from there.
And this is the man responsible, Mike Merklinger and his crew, outstanding. I'm surprised he's still standing, considering all the time he's put in.
I always love playing in arenas. I mean, the atmosphere is amazing, but the best part is puzzling it out, is being the team that's figuring it out as you go. And if you're the first one to catch on, you've got such a good chance of winning.
Sarah Potts.
I love the extra curl right now, and the speed's arguably the best we've seen.
14-8, good weight.
Yeah, 14-8 didn't make the T line.
My first rock's heavy.
Newfoundland and Labrador against Team Canada. And last night, they were the giant killers. Curtis with a win over previously unbeaten Sturmey of Alberta.
Well, that face by Carrie Anderson showed it all. On her first stone, Carrie was hitting July 3, and now we're in a situation on the final stone for Stacey Curtis, a chance for 2.
Sorry.
That's a big point spread, steal of 1.
Yeah, 16 stolen points given up by Newfoundland and Labrador this week.
She's quick.
Seventh Scotties for Ashley Sippola. I mean, that McCarville, Lily, Sippola, Potts combination have been together for many years. So they were together in those silvers of 16 and 22.
Not quite. Not quite. Oh, yeah, we are.
Like what Andrea said before that rock, said it's she's quick. You know, not worrying about numbers or 4.2 with an extension, and it's downhill today.
So here's the other key game, I think, with Brown trying to stay at 3, looking for a loss, a win. She's in.
Well, back-to-back times, Selena Sturmey tried a double, not too difficult of one, and both times just picked the top stone off, and that's why there still is one BC stone in the house. This is a draw for 2.
Became the 4th team with no Nunavut in this year's championship. A 4th team was added off the Canadian team ranking system, and that was Corinne Brown from the Kamloops Curling Club.
Yeah, I would love to catch a yellow rock that's in the top 12 foot. A little scary though, if it over curls, it could jam on shot on the button.
7th appearance for Jocelyn Peterman, former Scotties winner back in 16 with Chelsea Carey, and drives it. Oh my gosh, didn't think that was possible. It clipped that red.
Right on the center line.
Right? That was really... Halfway! Hey, on his own! Yeah, don't need to for weight! Half on its own! Stay close, stay close! Don't want to.
One of the things Rick was saying to us is that Andrea, of course, has to learn, forgive me, her place.
Nice, Andrea.
She's the third now. She's not the skip. So when to offer. In much the same way, Tracy Fleury has had to learn her place as a third now. When your team is as tight and has been together as long as this team is, now you're the new person. Where do I fit in? And it's taken Andrea maybe a little bit of time.
And they don't play a bunch either. You know, Kate Cameron, what, 13 spiels? These guys 5.
And within that, Russ, 23 games together.
Yeah.
And he said the problem, and it's a nice problem as a human being, is that Andrea's too nice, Border. She won't argue with Krista. She just wants to let her be the skip. But sometimes, Rick said, they're throwing the wrong shots. And so because there's only one timeout, that was his message to the team. Don't say after, I wish we hadn't have played that shot. Let's talk about it in game before it happens.
Too nice, Kathy.
Yes, no one said that. You didn't jump on board and say just like you.
Never.
Little deeper.
Okay.
Little deeper. Okay. Whoa. Don't want to. We're really tight.
We gotta get it to stop.
Oh.
No, we gotta get it to stop. Not you, Sarah.
No, I was more thinking, do we try to lock it on?
Sit down. Gotta sit.
Sit.
Okay. Okay, sit. Okay, that's good.
Really good speed and tons of finish.
Do we ever jiggle that or? Try it again.
Could just make a play on this. Or the same thing. My first thought was try it again. Okay.
Again, okay, when's the time? You're right, this is the chess move. When do you make it? So they're going to try the run back again.
Yeah.
Would you come in, Joe?
I like this call. I just really have to connect now. This is execution.
And that's one of the things that Connor Negrin, in talking to us before the game, said that's maybe a little bit of their problem. Lack of execution.
If you ever miss a tap play, you're dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Come up, come up, come up. They'll touch their own and open up that center line.
Nice shot, Selena. Nice throw. Nice throw.
Good effort. It just didn't. They don't line up well. Nice yellow double here now, but
Nice to open things up, though. If they would have come around and played a tap and not sat shot, it would have been hard to score. Everything's so shrunk in, and McCarville would have been guarding.
For sure.
So good result. They'll still be happy with this.
We got to make that double.
I think so. I mean, yes. Can't really guard. You have to guard this side. Yeah. Covering some of that, right? But yeah.
dangerous to guard.
A little high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guard the yellows.
Curling a little bit.
Caitlin can tap that back and sit 2.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure we connect with this one. Yeah.
You guard the red one, the double's made, and Caitlin's sitting 2 or 3.
All right, so you're trying to make the double, Joe. If you should make the double and catch your button stone and remove it as well, is it still a good shot? Or you're trying to sit even 3 after this?
Yeah, ideally you'd want to be making the double here. If you happen to catch your shot stone on the way by, I don't hate it.
No.
Because you're still sitting 2.
Okay.
There's a great chance if the double's made, there'll be 2 red ones in there minimum.
All right.
Gotta make the double.
Yep.
Krista, she's had a few interns take off on her this week.
Oh, well, maybe right there because Sippola picked her up very early. Here we go. Run it back. What you got? There you go. Oh, lovely, lovely. And look at where this spins and comes back undercover.
It's the Krista McCarville I remember. Their up-weight ability, her delivery is so solid.
Just really great line call from Andrea Kelly. Doesn't get to practice with the team. Doesn't get to see a lot of throws, so anticipating that perfectly.
Yeah. Nice shot.
Stone's a little sharper today. You don't know if it's going to come up a little bit more with that up weight. That line calling is an art in itself.
No choice here. You have to try to manufacture something. Try to hit the back one roll behind that Northern Ontario red.
Oh, you got to sit down, though. And finally, Will for second. Well, last year, of course, for this team was all about the babies. And there is little Mila, 14 months now, dad Stefan Viget. He used to had a pro career in Norway, the Lillehammer, played there. And now he's a scout for the LA Kings. Yeah, you got to hand the baby off to grandma, right? Didn't your mom just have a birthday?
She did. Yesterday was her birthday.
Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful. And mom's helping you here too?
Yeah, my entourage is here. Mom and dad came with me and Charlotte, only 4 months old, too young to leave at home just yet.
Just 10. Okay. Yep. Whoa. Maybe a here first.
Boy, that's a long time. 2009, last time she missed.
Gotta go. Hard. Hard act. Hard.
Got something? Got something. Yes, you do. So a good scrub there to help it over, Ashley Sipola.
I think we got a bit of curler too, because that look on Krista McGarville's face when she let it go was uh-oh. And that came up nicely, whereas it had been pretty straight before. So I think the stones are definitely warping in there. Those inside outs were getting as straight as anywhere.
Good look here. If they could hit that stone and be shot rock, they don't think so. And so here, that's a question. Always have a question. you could play the hit, it seems to me, and try to roll to the middle, Joe, or do you in fact just let's play the draw?
I think for most skips, they want to be able to find the 4 foot in their sleep. So this is an opportunity here to dial in draw weight. Certainly not risk-free. She's looking at 3, but the hit is scary too. You roll out, you give up 2.
Yeah,
he knows that you give up 1. If you want to win games, you need to be able to draw.
It's the old curling clinic strategy. If the rock's in the, let's say there's 1 rock in there, and do you hit it or do you draw? Well, everybody's got a preference. In this case, you've got to roll on the hit. If you roll, you protect Vic. You roll too far, it's a steal of 2. This is smarter.
Well, she was only
Mine's good.
she's 12.2
You're in a tighter path.
in the draw to the button, albeit with the other turn. So she caught the button.
Okay, no, just play. Easy.
McCush and Peterman break away.
Nice. Good job, guys.
Automatic.
Okay. 1 yellow.
Automatic.
1 yellow.
Just reaches into that pocket and says, boom, draw weight.
for us going forward. We've all played in big events and we've all been here, so I think that we're just going to draw from that experience. But you know, you have to go out there and put your best game forward and really just try to capitalize on your opportunities.
This is a totally different ball game. It's just a matter of finding a way to stay in the moment and stay calm and just throw the shots as they come and know what each other needs in order to be able to do that.
That is our feature tonight, and it's all on the line for both those two. Kate Cameron and the Manitoba team from the Granite Winnipeg, however, forced to play with just 3 in this morning's game with Megan Walter not feeling very well, so we'll see if she returns. So this, of course, is Pool A, and Sturming and Einarson are in. McCarville wins in. Lewis and Brown wins, reverse it. But again, look at all those at 4. So they need to win. Those McCarville Brown need to come back, and then you go to the math. Other side, Home and Jones. Tonight it's one scenario only. Grandy Cameron, the winner, is in. Welcome back. Final day, round robin play on this Thursday afternoon from Calgary. So both teams trading singles through the first 3. And here in Ford's Northern Ontario, and the team from the Fort William in Thunder Bay that does have Last Rock playing the Redstones.
We just peel.
Yeah, I think.
Just enough curl on that freeze. If it pops open a little bit, you've got a nose hit to sit 3. Forcing Northern Ontario to peel.
No, Andrea, gotta go. Go. Go, Andrea, go.
Kills her own and leaves the Manitoba Stone under cover.
This is
and shot rock.
this ice without
All right, over to Brown and Sturman. You know Brown needs to win, Kathy.
Well, she does need to win, and in this situation, there is an opportunity for 2 for Alberta. Corinne had the opportunity for 2 on her first one, only managed to get 1. And so it's a pretty big draw opportunity for the Alberta squad.
Undefeated until last night. But they have that advantage over Team Canada, the head-to-head.
13-9.
So that's a couple. So let me ask you something.
15-4.
In that previous shot, obviously Northern Ontario killed their stones, left the shot underneath. Would you have been better if you could to crash up top and move that center guard?
Yeah, the call was actually to peel that center line guard.
Okay.
It looks like it fell the whole way, so it was moving away from the center line the whole way down the sheet, and usually that happens if there's any outward motion on release. Doesn't have to be much.
No, not at that speed either. You sometimes wonder why you have to break it in half, those peels. You made the tick shot with backline weight.
I think a solid hack. Easy bump.
I'll argue the benefit of the weight is if it is curling a lot, you're always going to roll off.
Yeah,
so
you've got more tolerance if you almost knows it, it's going to fly, but you should be able to be in the ballpark line-wise if you throw it a little softer, too.
Get ready, Andrea. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Bump weight. Down, Andrea.
Double available?
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Manitoba just didn't quite get enough curl.
Hard, Andrea. Hard. Got it. Good ass.
Wow.
Shot.
Moves them
That's real
around.
good, Giles.
Shot rock still belongs to Manitoba, but it's peaking on the intern side now.
It's so straight there.
Yeah, it popped out a little, but it's going to be tricky to get it and stay for Northern Ontario if they get a crack at it.
So, Joe, you're hitting and rolling towards the center line.
Love to get under cover here.
And then, again, it's all positioning, right, Russ? I mean, you could leave them a double right
That's
back.
just it. If you don't want to nose it either, because then it gives them a tap to sit too. But you're right. If they roll a foot, it's probably worse than rolling out in this case.
And there's the roll. And there's the out.
So if they'd rolled top 4, there's a gimme double to sit 2 buried, so it's not too bad.
Still a chance for Team Canada to finish first, Kathy, if they win and Alberta loses. And Anderson playing Newfoundland and Labrador's Stacey Curtis.
Stacey tried to freeze down to the backstone on her first, and it did not get down to the back. Carey able to pick it out, and so it is Stacey Curtis facing the 2, but it is the same shot she threw on her first, looking for 4-foot.
77% on her draws this week. And that will be rated 100.
Yeah, it's nice enough. Heavy! It's not heavy. It's good. Back 4, back 4.
Sipala.
Keep going.
Now Potts.
Okay, that's not bad.
That works. 14-1.
Does it work, Joe?
She was calling it heavy because I know
It's not,
she thought it was.
not the worst result here. They're frozen on the top yellow, or on the shot rock rather. I think they were trying to split the top red and have 2 ways at shot rock.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
over
for sure.
curled there.
Yeah, they're usable.
The other side.
Andrew's intern will curl.
Yeah, and we hadn't
That's
seen
official.
anything on that side of the sheet either, so maybe some fresh pebble as well.
It's a fool the brushers. Not like you say, it's not bad. If Caitlin elects to peel this,
Go more often
then the yellow's wide open.
It's hard to get it without losing ours, right?
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't really
And
know.
then she just loops again.
Yeah, but what else do we do? I don't know. I'm just saying. And then this one spins here. Sure, you could try it.
Freeze here.
Sure. And if you ever punch the hair of that in the open and sit there, that's really good.
What kind of weight are you thinking?
Just freeze, but if it's curls,
Okay.
just try and get that one more in the open.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
See what
Copy?
Selena's
Yep.
saying here. Caitlin originally was calling just to pick off the second shot rock, the red one biting the 4-foot, and pretty easy to lose their shot stone there. And you don't want to make the shot for them.
No, and even if they pick it clean, it's a wide open hit for Andrew. She flops it buried. There's 2 buried with hammer.
Got her, Selena.
I don't mind this at all. It's just
You thinking for speed
the
here?
other option would be throw a bullet, hit it dead on, get rid of both, and stay in front.
39 and a little soft. We were thinking like 4.5.
I think Caitlin's doing what we suggested, was close that scoring area down on Krista McCarville.
14.5.
And the draw speed looks really consistent today, so teams are having a much easier time placing these.
Back 4.
Hold in.
Back 8.
Ooh, we don't want to disturb too much in the house here.
Hard,
McCush.
hard, keep going.
Saying heavy, but Andrea Kelly's came down a lot.
Hard.
Now Peterman trying to hold up that curl.
Hard. Gotta roll it. Hard.
Nothing. Sits right there.
That side's a little bit stubborn, isn't it?
Yeah, in the early carve, they started trying to make it curl before the break, so kicked it into a fresher path.
Took a lot off.
They're touching.
Like bumper. Yeah, bumper. Get it out.
Yeah, to
Bumper.
just get it out.
Ash's bumper.
Trying to race the red, Joanne?
I think so. Try to get as close to nose as they can.
You'll have to, or you'll miss the yellow. It's got to be really tight to the yellow. Get as much red, so you only got a big half.
Yep. Eat hard. Hard.
She barely let go, and Sipala had her, and
Hard. You gotta keep going. You gotta go hard. You're almost there. Push.
you're almost there. Listen to her.
Hard. Keep going. Keep going.
Tell me, whoa.
All right. It's tight.
And that shooter will spin out the back.
Okay. I think it was a little easy for sure. Okay.
Some ways it worked. It, you know, you've got 2 reds in pretty good spots. That yellow's concerning for Northern Ont.
Try to get. Even if we jiggle them around.
Cross it a little. What? Yeah, so which one are you thinking?
Well, I think we just straight tap.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Sorry.
But if it's a hair high, then we can jiggle it around.
So to the T line.
Like right.
Tap back button.
Yeah, right there would be really good, I think.
I like it, yeah. You got it.
Yeah, I think so, hey?
You got it.
Got some options here with the tap.
Yeah, my only concern is if it, you tap it to there, there's an awfully easy big weight double to sit a couple. Maybe Caitlin feels she can make it right back.
Back tee.
Okay, okay.
Ideally, she wants to tap this to back button, back 4 area, but you're right, Russ, if it's a little bit light, it's trouble. She's saying if it hangs out wide, you can jiggle off the side as well. On the right-hand side there.
That might be even better. Kick that red behind the tee line. Yeah, I think it happened. A lot of options in here. Don't want to hit it really thin either.
Reset. And ready now.
Notice really good speed here.
Caitlin Laws leads it 2-1. Northern Ontario with Last Rock as we play here in 4. Trying to tap that stone top 8 right through to the pin.
Back 12.
Peterman trying to help it over.
Hi, Josh, you're doing it. Hi.
Got it. Got it.
No.
Got it. What do you think? Yeah, you got it.
Nice sweep,
Good
Josh.
shot.
Good sweep. Nice throw. Good. Good show, Caitlin. That girl.
Just perfect weight on that.
Open. We
Yeah,
can
really
use
good.
that too.
Yeah. Nice throw. Sweet.
A little more weight. I was going to say a 10 or 10.5.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, 10, 10 and a half. Okay.
Great to see Caitlin playing the aggressive shots. And,
Curl still, I think.
Yes,
10, 10 and a half.
I think it will, yeah.
putting McCarville under the gun here.
Well, we did say that last night. Both she and Selena Negevin were in the 90s when it came to their draw weight, but they elected to hit. And it's
and as well as they played,
right.
Carrie Anderson didn't have a lot of tough shots. Therefore, beat her. I like this though, just a little on the center line side, splash both reds, possibly buried, exposing that back rock that Caitlin just raised. And Caitlin will have to be very careful on her last one if this is perfect.
10.
Krista McCarville.
Yep.
And her first.
Andrea's curled like crazy here.
Whoa,
A lot of weight.
Now Sarah Potts. Got to get across though, and underneath. Ooh, and if she could have caught the back of that stone, maybe would have slowed it up. But they are
I thought it was for
Northern
the baby.
Ontario 2, 3, and 4.
I said 10, and then I said I think little for.
Oh,
Okay.
Andrea, I've known Andrea for a long time, both in New Brunswick, we were there, and best player ever to come out of New Brunswick by 1,000 miles. But her in-turn goes, and I'm wondering if it's fooling Krista a little bit because she just upped the weight there, and she wanted another 4 or 5 inches of curl there, Joe, to get that over.
You think 14/8's closer now?
And that's part of only playing 5 spiels.
Yeah, exactly. And you heard her say, oh, a little tight for Andrea, and then you don't really get a read on the spot.
Yeah. And Andrea will never overthrow anything, which that one was coming pretty hard. Boy, this has to be good, though.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to get under cover here.
Yeah.
This will be a double for 4.
Anything else you could play, Russ?
Yeah, I guess you could hit the top one and roll in, maybe make a double. But again, same problem. If you nose it, it's a hit for 3. If you roll out, it's a draw for 3 or tap for 3. This is the right call. Caitlin just made a beauty.
All right, let's drop in on Quebec against PEI, Kathy.
Well, Lori St. George made a really big weight, really hard double on her first. And all of a sudden, instead of PEI lying 2, Lori was lying 3. And Veronica Main's last stone went through the house. So this is a draw to the full 8 foot for 4.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Lori has such great draw weight, plays a lot of mixed doubles.
I think that's there, Krista.
It's a strong field player.
How much?
Yeah, well, let's try to make her
69% on her draws in the event.
A third? What? Third?
Almost 2/3.
Lori St. George.
Play it with light.
Yeah, mixed doubles and chorus with her partner Felix Asselin and the 22 Canadian mixed champions. It's all about staying alive, staying alive.
Don't encourage him.
Got a white suit?
I just sneak the guard here, so they're going to throw. You heard the word 11. That's smart because they can soften the weight, get by the guard, because you don't have to move these very far. If you can get this perfect, just slightly on the inside with this 11 weight, which is a little heavier than a board weight, that's for 4.
What an opportunity for Northern Ontario. As McCarville settles down, has her focus. Right now, it's Law sitting 2. Hard. Here we go. Hold it up. You got that guard coming up. Here it comes. Sipla trying to hold it up. Get it by. Get it by. They did. Now, what have you got? Bang. Move it. Move it. Oh, not enough. And it will be just for 1.
Just didn't get much curl past the guard.
It's tougher than it looked, right? Because the weight was spot on. They couldn't have got by the guard by anymore. They tried to carve it.
4? No, just 1.
Yeah, I thought we came pretty close. Tough shot for Northern. Yeah.
How we see it is how you see it at home. Wherever you're watching, we welcome you back to our continued coverage of the Scotties from Calgary. Points left on the board. or on the ice in this case. Northern Ontario missed their opportunity for 2, and then a 4 possibly. So they're missing 4 points already. Different game if they would have splashed them on the scoreboard.
No kidding. That one, to be fair, I'm not sure you can throw it much better. It just didn't hook in there with enough speed to had to curl another couple inches to splash those and maybe score 2 or 3. Caitlin was a little bit fortunate. She threw a great rock, but it didn't hide any higher.
Sorry, now what?
Team McCarville could have thrown a lot of weight at that, made a very easy double for 4.
There you go, no tick rule.
I'll give her more ice. I didn't think it would curl like that.
What?
So Stone goes back to its original position.
Okay.
Put a long one?
What's okay?
I like a long one.
Like short's okay.
Short's okay.
Like here's okay.
Do we
You
just
don't
throw
like
a long
one? You want to go high?
I guess then she makes this, but I think we
I'm
let her.
okay with this.
I like a long
Yeah,
one.
I like your call. I don't mind it here.
So
I like
Manitoba
your
with
call.
last rock, playing the Yellowstones here in 5.
I like a second guard, Joanne. It's
Where am I going?
technically you're losing. You don't have hammer. You got one in a good spot.
Yeah, I don't like going. She said come around or a little light's okay, and if you're a little light, that makes ripping the front easier for your opposition. And if I'm Team McCarville, I don't love giving up a blank this end and letting Caitlin take the hammer into the 6th, because if you assume there aren't any steals or more blanks, then Caitlin will have 3 hammers to your 2 if you're Team McCarville.
Kathy, is that what Rick Lang was talking about? Is that the kind of thing he wants from his team? Remember, he said they weren't communicating, but everyone down at the throwing end was communicating.
Yeah, I do think that that's what he meant, especially in light of the fact that you only have 1 timeout. You can't count on Rick coming out and saying, and I noticed 2 ends ago, because you do that as a coach. You give the message of the exact moment and you share others. Well, he can't do that more than once. So he's put the onus on the players in their post-game discussions. There not to be conversations about, I didn't think that was the right call. I didn't really like that. I didn't feel that. And to have that together during the game.
Okay, a little
Like a little higher. Yeah.
You often see that when a new player is added. You're trying to find your place if you're Andrea Kelly. You don't want to make anyone annoyed with you or negatively affect your teammates by contributing and leading into that. But that's part of the growing pains of a new team. And Rick Lang doing a great job of giving everyone the green light. I mean, I'd rather be annoyed with my teammate, but make the right call.
Yeah, figure it out yourself.
Mine's good.
So easy when you're the new person to just try to not rock the boat, not change anything. But a new person changes the entire makeup of the team.
Yep, go little, Sarah.
Well, and I
Yep,
think
yep,
Andrew's
yep,
got so
yep,
much
yep.
to offer too, especially strategically. And not that she's smarter than anybody else, but she played a very aggressive style. Team McCarville before her did not, so it might be a great blend.
Didn't cover enough?
No, it did.
At least they think it out in both directions, right?
You got it. This is a bit of a weird visual.
A little across the face in this one.
Wait.
4-3, Alberta leads BC and Corinne Brown. Man, they're flying along, Kathy. They're already in the 6th.
They are.
Any reason for that?
It was pretty open, the first couple, and I think that Selena Sturmey and Corinne Brown both don't dither. They call the shots and move along.
Wait there.
Whoa,
Don't
it's on its own.
Half on its own.
Ash, it's yours if anything it
Don't
is.
want to.
No. Unless we're high.
Don't want to.
Okay.
It's that extra rotation, that'll glide.
Good, it's holding. Mine's good. You don't have to sweep. Just clean.
Okay.
Clean.
Really nice, Andrea.
Nice shot.
Good.
Real good. That's perfect. Nice throw.
Team McCarville's realized that
The one or back?
Caitlin will do this just about forever. She loves to run these back. Because it's
Good judge.
it's the best way to open this up, obviously. But the way they're angled like this, it's tricky to get them all. So just keep throwing long guards and protect that rock that's in a pretty good spot.
I wonder, maybe on Selena's next, you'll see Team Manitoba come around everything, try to generate a 2 that way.
Run it back, got it. Oh, that'll help. Boy, before that shot, you saw her numbers 53. That's 30% lower than the way she's been playing the entire week.
Yeah, 25% behind her opponent, Andrea Kelly, in this game.
It helps to connect on that red one in front of the rings.
No kidding. You lost a stagger, and now that's your color that you can raise. It's a tricky little guard, because if you guard the yellow dead on, there might be a port. Got to get to the inside of this yellow guard.
Yeah, partially guard the guard, but also guard the rock and the rings.
Right here.
It's curling.
Line's good. You gotta finish. No, I don't think so. Straight. No.
Simple has started to pivot around. Now Potts has got her. Trying to get it over, and did they close the door?
Don't know.
I think we got there.
Yeah. Good throw.
Yeah, they did.
Thanks.
Oh, she sees a hole.
I think we just peel it out. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Here it comes.
It's not a very big port. But Caitlin knows she's been around forever. She, you know, the miss is obviously going to open things up a bit. Should be able to hold it on this line. They might be able to get it through there.
Final stone for Selena Negevin. Is Manitoba having the last rock? Here we go. Here we go. Help it over McCush. Here we go. Here we go. Breathe in. No.
Spin it up.
And then trying to spin that stone away to open up shot rock.
Just leave her the run, though.
Missed it the right way. Gets rid of all the guards. Now you have a yellow raise if you have to. You needed the skinny rock on that one.
Yeah. Split center.
Do you want it that
right?
tight?
Just have to be really.
Well, no, we can go a little higher.
Half, yeah.
Basically split center.
Yeah. See where we go.
Well, we're going to see
Halfway, I think, is okay.
Krista McCarville's husband Mike and Sarah Potts' husband Jordan at the Briar part of the Trevor Bonneau team out of Thunder Bay. But boy, she's also so proud of her daughter Bella, who has just qualified with Team Dubinsky for the National Under-21s. And they'll be played in Fort McMurray March the 24th. So congratulations.
Tight on its own.
Yeah, line should be good. Where?
Tight. Not
That's a
tight.
curling family.
No kidding.
Whoa. It's got to stop. Sit.
No.
Sit.
Oh my goodness.
Just a little too much. Well, a lot, huh?
A lot of the guards are over curling simply because they're traveling that extra 4 feet, Joanne, I think, and that the brushers aren't quite thinking that way.
So I know, answering my own question, probably, I see the stone on the Purex. Could you have tried to put the guard on with the out turn? Had that stone maybe not been there?
I think I liked playing the in-turn there, Vic, just because they've seen it all end. That was more of a miss on weight. If that rock is 4 feet higher, it's in the perfect spot.
Carrie Anderson in a 2-2 tie. Right now, second in the pool because Sturmey, Alberta have the tiebreaker. But she still has a chance, Kathy. Should she win, Sturmey lose to pick up first place.
Well, this would be a good opportunity to jump ahead for Carrie. Was line 2, and Stacy ticked the guard on her first. Carrie drew into lie 3, and Stacy tried a double on her final stone. Got just 1 and rolled out, and so looking for paint for 3.
And there it is for 3. And there it is, a little quiet tap and roll away for Laws.
Yeah. Yeah, at least we're guaranteeing a deuce.
Just 64%. The game numbers for Carrie Anderson.
quite a bit of real estate to roll to here. There's corner guard up high, a couple in the middle. And just get this roll across the center line. It'll be a take away the blank opportunity.
Nine! Whoa! Okay, well then. Hard, Sarah! Hard, Sarah, yep! Hard, Sarah.
Sarah Potts.
No, we're not okay.
Anything?
No?
No.
Sorry.
And
Oh, yes,
it'll
for that.
spin
Not
out.
to stay.
Give me the edge of foil.
That was an 8-7.
Yeah, that was a bullet.
Any chance you could catch? Is there anything of that yellow showing that you might want to play a split, or is nothing there?
No, it's nice and tight to the rings.
No,
It's
you
just
can't
that
even
red's in
see
the
it.
way.
Yeah, you can't
You
see
have
it.
to. You need the rock to curl past.
Yeah. My eyes are bigger.
Did you ever hate giving Kristen my pair? You're well
McCush
a little quick.
will dust it through, and we'll put a blank on the board. First of the game, it comes here at 5. We'll go to the break. We're all tied at 2.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
Points left on the board. 1 certainly, as many as 4, possibly Rick Lang. Gathers his team from the Fort William in Thunder Bay, skipped by Krista McCarville. Let's take a look at the numbers after 5, Jim.
Yeah, both teams having a decent handle on the ice. Just really close on her split in the first for Caitlin Laws. Had to settle for the 1, and overthrow in the second for McCarville, leaving that point on the board, as you said, Vic. The edge here to Caitlin Laws, 13% higher than Kristen McCarville.
The numbers after 5 brought to you by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. Connor Negaman with some words of advice for Laws and Company. So many memories from the '88 Winter Games here at Canada Olympic Park. You see the bob run there, the ski jump. I think it was Maddie Niikanen, the flying Finn, and of course Eddie the Eagle from Great Britain. That was the story then. Now it's used day and night with a little mogul run. There's some half pipes. And just a reminder for those in the area, the Special Olympics Winter Canada Winter Games are coming to the area February the 27th through March the 2nd. 1,250 Special Olympics athletes playing in sports, including curling. Kathy.
Well, looking around the board, our feature sheet about the conversion being so critical in that Newfoundland-Labrador game. Stacey Curtis trying to play spoiler. Carrie is now up to 68. She was 59 after last day, and that's not what you would expect going into the weekend. Corinne Brown, playoff ready, playing very, very well, and we're looking to see whether Selena can bounce back after their very first loss last night. And the last team's playing with pride, and that brilliant double of Laurie St. George is keeping her in case.
So we start the second half. It's the last round robin play for Pool A. We forget that Saskatchewan and Skylar Ackerman from the Nutana in Saskatoon are idle. They're done at 4-4. So one of those teams looking for both Northern Ontario and BC to come back and create the pile at 4 losses. After that blank in 5, it's a 2-2 tie, and Manitoba and Laws with last round playing the Yellowstones.
Both come around just a fraction heavy, and we see it all the time. 6'10", mop the ice, a little bit of pebble down the slide path. It's just easy to, it's just hard to get it in your head. It's going to be that couple of feet better.
We often say, Joe, and we've talked about, you know it as a player, I suspect, being on the ice, it's going to be a little quicker. The mop's there. Did anybody have responsibilities to remind that it's been mopped and be prepared that it's going to be faster?
Oh, of course, we always talked about it every time. You'd think we wouldn't have to say it anymore after you've played how many sixth bends in an arena, but sometimes it was deceivingly fast. Sometimes it's just a little extra. Other times you had to feel like you threw 6 feet less for the first few rocks to the end. Also find after hanging out and having a little break, regrouping, that focus sometimes isn't there to start, and that little reminder is so important.
The other factor with that situation, Vic, is the icebreaker comes out with a little bit of pebble in the slide path, which is flat. Once it's flat, you just don't glide as well with your slider, so all of a sudden it's fresh pebble and away you go, and you get to that hog line in a big hurry. There's 4 in a row.
Well, yeah, the first one slides deep, so that second shot, you want to be there. A little light and leaving the opposition shot behind you is no good, so you throw that extra weight to be there, but you pay the price.
And it's easy from up here. Every one of those is 18 inches heavy, but it makes such a big difference.
Well, now you try, if any of the teams trying to move those stones back, you're going to have to pass the junk.
Brilliant shot there. They risked hitting the guard. Caitlin just got undone in time.
So to your point, though, there's those 2 reds, a yellow, back edge of the 4. How do you move those 2 yellows past those?
Yeah, it's just horrible, isn't it?
I think we clean. Yeah. Do you guys like it?
And you learn the hard way.
I think we have to.
The only thing, it's only good if you nut it.
You realize you're better 3 feet light than 3 feet heavy.
Okay. At least move things around.
You hate to be doing this if you're Northern Ontario. You don't have a hammer.
Yep.
A nice and tight center line guard, but they have to make this.
Yep. And to Vic's point, all because of their own errors the wrong way.
I thought you were going to say something worse than that, but it works.
Vic's errors?
Yeah, that's their own errors, their own stupidity, whatever. But no, it's just, and it's so, as you say, Joe,
So slide wide.
so simple. You think it's a simple mistake if you could only left those top 4. There's a foot difference.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I liking Vic to playing golf, and I'm teaching a clinic. I'll say to the people in the clinic, you're in the first fairway. You can miss to the right, you're in the rough. You can miss to the left, you're in the lake. One of them's a smart miss. And in this case, short was a way better option to make that. The tolerance had to be short. Might be a yellow triple if this guard isn't made. You might be able to throw it hard enough to get that middle yellow to kick towards sheet 2 and get the back one.
Yeah, they talked briefly about going to the wing, Russ, but...
Interesting. It wouldn't be a bad play because Krista McCarville has to deal with the middle.
I mean, you're sitting your 2 already. I don't mind the guard. They're coming right into it, though.
The only problem here is now that you're going to see a bullet.
Goodness. Okay. You think these teams have somewhere to go? I mean, look at this. They're playing in the 6th.
Well, there have been lots of rocks in play this end, and both skips letting each other off the hook. Selena Sturmey had a chance to draw to lie 2. She went deep. Corinne had the chance to hit to lie 2. She hit and rolled out. And so this is now the 4th. She is drawing against 2, but needs full 12, almost 8 foot.
Last win by BC, Kelly Scott back in 2006. Needs more, needs a little bit of that 8. Needs more.
Andrea, all 4 of these yellows could kick to the right. I just don't know how far.
Okay, that's good.
Not very.
Gives us a chance. Gives us something.
I thought they were going to hit half a rock there and spill at least 2 of them out of there.
That's all you can do. Yep.
Left her shooter at a decent spot. It's dead frozen.
Yeah. The shot rock, if Andrea tries it again, will jam because it'll drag a little bit. They're still in trouble here.
Selena Negavan. Peterman. McCush trying to heat it up. And they did well to hold it. Wow, that's a lonely red.
What? Well, I was wondering, hitting that, what that leaves her.
I think you need a little more than a 14-5 here.
Aggressive play here, but it's kind of what the doctor ordered. You could pound that red and get a couple out.
I think I like getting another one in there, though.
It's risky, but you're right. It's kind of no choice here now. Down to, after this stops, only 2 rocks left.
Yeah, that's real good. Tee back 4. Whoa, 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 close.
I haven't seen a lot of draws on this side of the sheet.
Hard. Hard line. Hard. You got to get in here.
And Potts together.
Hard.
Big carry.
Yep. Okay, curl.
Yeah, smart move.
Hard. Get in here.
Why is that?
Well, he didn't want to put it corner to corner. Then Caitlin could rip it out of there, lose one of her own, sit like 4, I don't know, 5 maybe, and it's basically the game. There's no guards. But now those reds, Caitlin's not going to hit them, and there's a little bit of room on the right that Andrew tried to get to.
Thanks.
There's still a raise possibility if they decide to. What a mess for Northern Ontario.
Wait's close.
And Beck, all because those first 2 lead rocks were deep.
Yep.
And not by much.
Line's great. Bit of room. Back 4. Back 4. Hard curl. Really got to curl.
Wow.
Bounced off. Okay.
Talk about a different flight plan from Andrea Kelly's. Andrea's curled the whole way, less weight.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even close to coming.
Well, roughly 2 feet wider. With not much more weight.
I thought I'd be able, yeah.
This could eliminate a lot of them, but there's still a 2 in the middle here.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
This side, it seems to be.
T is 14.
Yeah.
They threw 13-8.
Yeah.
So.
T is 14, so.
Okay. Let's give this T line.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that stayed that straight for Selena.
Little hole.
Back feet.
Okay, stay close, Sarah.
Back
Sarah,
Let it
Sarah,
work.
Sarah.
Skip stones.
It's only Sarah.
Krista McCarville.
Always
Hard,
Sarah.
Sarah.
She's there. Right.
Sarah Potts.
You gotta get there, though. You gotta get there.
Now it's to try to carry. As Sippola joins right in. Oh, if you can get that little rub and rolling underneath. Can you get there?
Nice shot.
Oh,
Nice shot.
very nice.
It didn't get third,
It
though.
doesn't
No,
look
I know.
like it's second shot. That's still the Lost Stone center line
Perfect
top
weight.
four.
Yeah, it's good weight.
Really well managed here. You see Sarah's got the wide part of her broom in front of the rock. She's trying to make this rock curl, but she's also trying to drag it farther.
Nice shot. Nice
Great
shot.
heads up play by the sweepers. They wanted to sweep for weight that whole way down, but they knew the line was wide and they had to wait as long as they could.
Ideally full for frozen low, but it's all line. We have to be low.
Still trouble. They've eliminated a couple 100 pounds of granite, but there's still a chance to sit 3 here.
Needs full 4 plus like an inch to be shot.
5-2. Team Canada leading. Looking at what? 3 Newfoundland and Labrador, Stacey Curtis.
Well, it flipped around pretty quickly. Stacey was playing a very short raise on her first one to lie 2 and wound up picking her own out and rolling out, leaving Carrie lying 2. And then Carrie drew in for the 3rd point. That's the stone in the 4-foot. So looking for some hearts.
I liked it. Line's good. Running. Running.
Really running. Has to curl. Curl, Jess, curl. Gotta curl, gotta curl. Go, go, go.
Okay.
Scratch the curl, I guess just a
Well,
yellow.
Steal of 3.
yeah.
Yeah, really like the speed. Got 3.9. This might spring.
It might.
Interesting situation. You could throw a rocket here and Krista McCarville's capable. That's gone. Will this one go far enough?
Yeah, but I think you kind of want to leave your shooter, right?
Yeah.
Those 2 are still going to stay there. Yeah. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Hair on that side, eh?
With hair. Are you going to throw like your 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right in the middle, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All Manitoba stones played so far
Yeah.
are in the rings.
You're throwing peel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shot rock is going to hit the back where Andrew is and hit it thick because it's going to drag a hair. Whether it gets
throw here.
past that red that's frozen, that's the plan. And if the top yellow, top of the button, kicks to the right and goes far enough.
Always wonder on these shots, Joe, if you have to remain in control. You know you need to throw weight, but not beyond controllable weight. Final stone for Krista McCarville. Can they get themselves out of trouble? Potts, here we go. Bang, squeeze, go. And she does. Good.
What a turn of events.
Just 2 brilliant shots. It did go far enough.
I don't care.
That was flying.
All end looked like Manitoba was going to get a mitt full.
As hard as I could. Straight.
Caitlin's draw just curled. She was drawing to
Yes,
sit 3 on her first.
That's what hurt
Over
them.
curled.
Did it ever? The only one that sat out there was Selena's. Everybody curled there. Andrew's over curled.
I didn't think it was going to
The
go
other
that
thing,
far,
Russ,
yeah.
those stones that she made contact with went left. Those right there. So there's the stone she threw. That one in the middle went just left a little bit, maybe forcing her out just a little wider to come in.
No question. This is very difficult.
The shot rock belongs to Northern Ontario. It is full in the 4, so she'll need that and maybe a little bite of the white.
Back 4.
Becky.
Becky. Becky, need a rub.
Oh,
Stay close. Need a rub.
now managing this.
Curl.
Need a little rub here. Maybe just to take something out of it. Oh, it's got to find the brakes and does not. Would you have thought that was possible? Certainly not. Caitlin Laws at Manitoba. Two big shots, and it results in a steal. Northern Ontario.
Hey guys, great shot. They lined up for us.
Four sheets in play here at Wynn Sport Event Center. And we are playing on that sheet. Sheet A.
It's only four, Victor.
I was looking outside for a moment. What an interesting end, to say the very least. When you've got 7 of your stones in the rings, as Manitoba and Laws did, and they end up giving us up a steal of 1. But 2 wonderful shots by Krista McCarville, and she bails them out. And then a heavy draw by Caitlin Laws. So 3-2. McCarville leads it. Once again, Laws with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones. And what a shot this was.
Well, it really was. And it's partly to the technique of this wonderful player. McMarvel one here, about a 6.5-second hit. Absolutely dead on Andrea's broom. Just kicks that top one far enough. That's the one I was worried about. And then Caitlin's all of a sudden in trouble.
Get out of there. Go.
Krista McCarville with the key shot, brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together. But, you know, I said to you before, Joe, you know you want to do something, you need to do, and you need to throw it hard. It's about not breaking down your mechanics to throw it that high.
Shot.
Yeah, and something that
throw,
Team
Ash.
McCarville talks about a lot is they may not play on tour, but they
15-3.
practice a lot. So their mechanics
15-3.
in those moments when you've got a chance to make something really good, you can lean on that.
Good
And
throw, Ash.
especially with that peel weight, you have to be bang on the broom when you come out. If you fix anything with your release, it's not going to run true or the way you want it to.
Kendra Lilly on the bench
A little harder.
with Coach Rick Lang.
Yeah. Like, back four? How much more are you thinking?
Team
Whatever you see.
Losvik had Selena hit an open rock. I'm not sure why they did that. And that gave Andrea a chance. Andrea didn't quite make it, and then Selena took away the opportunity and ended up wide somehow in a very swingy spot, and that allowed Krista McCarville to get in there and made zero mistakes in either rock. What an end.
Really gotta go. All you got. Hard. Becky. Come on, Selena. All you got.
Once again, negative on the brush, and then that leaning on it and not able to save it. Wow, and bang, bang, and spill away.
Beautiful speed, though, to keep that rock potentially going on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I just get the feeling right from first end that this is going to go right down to the wire.
9. Yeah. Close. Solid. Close. Close. Sarah. Hard. Okay. We're losing. 10-1 or 9-1. 9-1. Hey, Jess. Roll in there. Yeah. Sorry.
Stagger situation at the top of the house here. If you can ever get under, that rock won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Interesting, McCarville went outside in.
Yep.
Caitlin choosing the inside out, usually a bit more curl here.
Hard. Yep.
Krista McCush.
Hard. Whoa.
Never off. Now, where's this roll? Oh, and settle, and it does, but has it shown something?
10-3. Good.
Can you get to it now with the outturn?
Yes, you can. Carvel's in good shape up top there, too. Those reds are going to the yellows.
Whoa. Stay with it. Whoa. Nice shot.
There's a good angle of it there. You can't hit it out and roll buried, so they're going to do maybe a soft weight freeze type thing. Can't be short, but you'd love to glue this.
Close. I see line only. Close. Line's good. Back three now. Okay, whoa. No, not curl. Whoa. Where are we? Bumping. Okay, curl. Becky. Curl. Hard, Ash. Hard. Gotta go come down.
Yeah, they thought that slower side might help them.
That
But
was next out of her hand, but straight. Oh, yeah. Right the board.
And just talking about tolerance, if that rock is 3 feet lighter, biting top 4, Team McCarville can use that, even if you can get it edge on edge with the guards. That's the change for Andrea moving from skip to third. Learning about tolerance, because a skip, it's almost always all or nothing on their draws, but you have to remember that tolerance in the hack.
yeah, really good point. Let's see.
Top 4.
That skip you can't miss the right way. You have to make.
Top 4. Line's perfect. T.
Looking at top 4.
No.
And this one, too. Down a path that's been used.
Hit.
Oh, gosh, did that
Nice
ever
spot.
dig in? Boy. We're sitting 1, 2, I think you can say 3. Yes. Laws.
Yeah, we could get your nose and bump it just a bit. I thought the slash double.
Double's not bad because
Because then at least
you've still got
we can do that too. Yeah. I think
these rocks up here you can
Break
use.
in, but it's right there. It's like, yep. Like 8.5. Okay.
I get coming in front of it, Joanne, but they're laying 3 with hammer. I think this is the better play, 1 up. Andrew's got the skill set to kill these with big weight. like that, or the?
Yeah, I like removing some yellows here.
Yes. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Sarah Potts.
Keep going, Sarah. Keep going.
Oh, okay.
Stay with it and
Okay.
stuffed it.
Not her best throw there. They wanted to get that a lot thinner.
Okay, nice try. Yeah.
Okay, 14-8.
You got her, Selena.
I don't think so. It looked like good weight.
This your
Curl, like I didn't.
snooker analogy? It's not what you make, it's where you leave it. And is this one the key? You know,
It is, because Andrea didn't leave her first one in the right spot. She had that freeze opportunity, albeit it's a very tough shot. They thought that side was slower, but she went deep. And that red one we're going to see as the camera changes behind the tee line is hurting Northern Ontario.
Hard! Keep it sliding, hard!
oh there. And doesn't get it there.
That's fine.
But to your point, missed it the right way. That red one behind the tee line, I've never seen a curler good enough to make it rock behind the tee line better. That yellow can be made better.
Is this?
No. I think so.
And looking at the other side now,
maybe we
rather
still
than maybe
play
the
this, though.
trying the
This
double
jams.
again, Joe.
Yeah, jams, but
Yeah, double's a little scary if you jam it on your red.
what do you think?
If you get close to nose, we leave our shooter there. Smash that.
I don't think I can get nose with like weight though. Like this one should be, if I hit this high,
Or you play that same,
You
sorry,
can throw a
double that
9
you
at
tried
it,
on
though. You
Andrea.
don't have to-
That's going to jam, but then you're thinking
Yeah.
it'll only be lying one.
I'm just thinking because this one's being touched too.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that gets out of here.
Well, I don't think it'll get out.
No, not with a 9.
We'll
It's not.
see. Yeah, maybe on the
Still gonna go.
No, because then they make that draw every
Oh
time.
yeah, I guess I just thought you for what we don't want
I
to
think
throw
we have
weight.
to do something on this.
You can go 8-5 even.
Yeah, I think we definitely need a little bit of weight. 8.5.
Ideally, our
Yeah.
shooter stays.
Yeah.
I think we
I
got to
think you're
try
probably
it to
close to
loosen
edge on
that
edge.
side.
Yeah. Yeah. 8.5 then?
Yeah.
I do think you can get that side yellow and the back
Yeah.
yellow.
Okay.
They didn't talk about that because probably you can't see very much of it. But
weight?
what they're going to try to do is come down here, kill that.
That looks tight.
That should go.
No, you had it. Our hits here have been running.
Close to the center, that's the only thing.
Well, you also touched that Yellowstone top 4.
You're going to touch it. That's the key word. How far is it going to go? I don't think it's going to go that far,
You
Vic.
can throw that with a bit of a finish, right?
Yeah, I feel like it'll just end up further on that left-hand side of the screen under cover.
Right. If you can get to the nose, you might be able to get that yellow behind the tee line. But I don't really love this play. But you could play that double on that Andrea tried. Leave
So
them sitting
precise
one.
on that side too, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Looks tight. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Skip stone.
Whoa! Hard, Sarah! Hard, Sarah!
Hard, hard, hard.
Potts, here we go. Now we'll find out. Oh, and
Okay.
she moved it. Not quite far enough. Still moves those 2 shot stones by Manitoba behind the tee line. And look at the 2 stones belonging to Northern Ontario top 8.
Yeah, it did exactly what we thought. As Joe was saying, it's never going to move it far enough, but it maybe moved it into a nice spot. Couple of red raises there. What does Caitlin do with them?
If we did guard, she's got the straight run double to sit a million. So I think we got to get another one in there.
Something with this. See here? Have you seen Jess?
What are you thinking?
I think we got to tap it like
If we guard, she has to
there.
I
play
think I like
something.
just to here though.
Hard to
Then
guard
she can
both.
Play something and stick it and be out counting that, right?
Timeout's been called, so
Right.
that will
It's just
bring
really
Connor Negovan to the ice.
thin.
Yeah, I like your tap call. I'm just trying to see. Show me where you're thinking of tapping.
I
it
don't
to.
know. That's like
Like
we can't block everything.
we can't
right?
block everything. We can't guard everything either, right?
Try to tap it to here. Yep.
That's probably the perfect spot, right? She's got to play the 6. You want to tap it so that she plants the 6. The 4 is still shot, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got to hit like a
Yep.
thin half,
Right.
like back.
And just show me like you can't guard both red chips. hey?
No,
Like,
because then she plays
she's
that.
got, yeah,
or-
yeah, no, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tap it. I think we want to tap it to like intersect the center line, right?
Yeah.
So tap it on an angle, intersect the center line. If you tap it a hair thin, that's totally fine too. Like just get it in there so
Yeah.
that she's got to play it and it stuffs, all right?
Yeah.
Only concern with the tap is the shooter's going to roll off. And there might be a hero draw available for Northern Ontario to come around.
On the outturn,
On the outturn side.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Take the whole end away. But it would be against 3.
Yeah, no. McCarville's ended up in such a good spot that she's got a couple options.
It's risky, but you could play the red double.
Yeah, it probably jams somewhere, but yeah, you could. You even hit the right-hand red, but you can't. You can't see enough of it. No, I think this is the right play. You force.
If you ever under curl and only chip it sideways, there might be a freeze to get out of it.
Yes. Yeah, you hate to open this up, absolutely. But even straight back, you sit 3, take your chances.
Didn't she play a similar tap earlier in the game?
Oh, yeah.
Through the hole, remember?
Yep.
And they said make her make something.
Yeah, right.
This is the best result.
Caitlin Laws and her first. Now it's McCush about holding this up. Oh, you want to get a little bit more to it and push it back, and it'll push and to the back behind the tee line, back button, but they are sitting 3.
Okay, Caitlin. Good job.
It wasn't far off. It just the speed was dead on. It just curled more than she expected.
Just in the, because it's better to be on an angle.
I know, that's why I was thinking a little more.
Yeah.
Now, if you're Andrea Kelly here, they obviously want to just raise, freeze perfect, but you can't miss it this way. If anything, let it over curl, splash off of this one, roll into that type of area, either here or here, keeps you alive here. You don't want to overthrow this and pick it across. Sim situation as the last shot, opening up for the other guy, and then it'd be a draw for 4.
In a 4-4 tie. Brown and Sturmey. Sturmey trying to hold on to first place, Kathy.
Well, you heard that roar moments ago. This end was owned by BC, lying 3 in the 4-foot buried. And on her first one, Selena Sturmey made a run back triple to leave herself buried. And Corinne Brown tried to go around, is deep. This is the tap back for 2.
All right, another tap on ours. Here it comes. Watch where it goes. Oh, and to your point, on the angle. And so they will have a chance for 3.
And Alberta loves that shot by Selena for 2 out of nowhere.
Talk about a skips 2. Run back triple.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Remember now, Sturmey has first place by virtue of their win over Team Canada.
It's so tempting, but it's a little tighter to the guard than we've seen on that path.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'll talk to the girls. But
Do you think, you talked about not doing exactly that. Do you think they could have held it up to maybe rub off that stone top 8, take the oomph out of it, or was it not there?
No, it was just a hair heavy, and those are tough. And that's why I like Caitlin's first one. I know it. She was hoping to be in front of the tee line and let Northern Ontario off the hook, but when there's this much curl, you're playing a raise. The angles, getting the angles right are really hard. They talked about playing the double here, but they've changed their mind, which I think makes a ton of sense.
So has 2 in her pocket. 75% on her draws so far. Caitlin Laws. Peterman closest to the stone. McCush out in front. You hear Negevin calling long. Needs to draw it right down to the pin. Take it right to the pin. A little bit more. Right to the pin. Just like that for 3. final day of round robin play, and this is all she wrote for Poulet. Two teams are through, we know. Team Canada second at the moment. Alberta, Selena Sturmey is number 1. Who will be number 3? Northern Ontario has a chance. If they win, they'll have it. BC has a chance. If they win and Northern Ontario loses, they'll have it. If not, we'll go to all the mathematics. So giving up 3. 5-3 now. Manitoba leads it. Northern Ontario with last rock playing the Redstones here in 8.
I've offered up my opinion, for whatever it's worth, that I thought Caitlin was playing a little bit defensive this week. It cost her against Anderson. They haven't in the last 2 ends. Oh my goodness, and some beautiful shots.
My first rock.
Looked like we were going to get 6 or 7 the end before, and came out with a 3 here. There's actually a double for 4, but I thought it was a very good move not to try it.
Yeah, I think learning from earlier in the week when there were points on the board and then suddenly there weren't after Caitlin's last. 3 is huge. Take a 2-point lead into 8.
Heck of it. And we'll save it and roll it in.
Thought McCarville was going to steal that end away again, just make a nice tap into that pocket. And
yeah, it was there. It was definitely there. Just an ounce heavy.
I did not think we were by.
Well, even back.
Yeah.
Back 8, back 12. Okay.
I think you probably need at least back 12.
Give me this turn.
It's one of those
Probably at
that
least
pick
back
you,
12.
somebody
So what do you think back 12
slides into
here?
the last playoff spot in hockey and they're on a roll. And if Caitlin manages to get in,
13-8.
Yeah.
she'll scare anybody. Got to get through this one yet. 2 here ties it up.
Yeah, a little bit down.
yeah, Ashley's just looking to rearrange the stagger in the middle here. Try to move a couple of these rocks behind the tee line to freeze 2 later.
Whoa. Yep.
Or something to be jammed on.
Back 4.
Okay, go hard.
Back
then.
8.
Really hard. Really hard.
Back
Hard.
8.
You gotta
Go.
Gotta move these somewhere.
It's pretty good, actually. It should spill.
Okay.
It's tricky to get the red out.
Yeah, I
they're
think
not
we
going to
had
go
to
for
throw
that
it
one.
over
They're
them.
going to go for the other red. Great call
We
here.
had to honestly throw bumper at that to try to get them out of the
that was
4.
wouldn't have been.
I thought
Back
Northern
8
Ontario might play the come around because of this reason, but then you're in a lot of trouble down the middle.
Yeah, have to address the middle at some point. I thought they might wait an extra shot though. Bury one behind the corner.
It's me.
Good Ethan.
You try to do too much
So that was
sometimes,
back
Joe,
8?
at this point. I mean, this has got to hurt Northern Ontario because I think they were playing well. And now you're down by 2. You have to guard about trying to get it all back at once.
It's just we're running out of game here, Vic. There's only 3 ends for them to come back. It's going to be hard to get 2 now with no guards in play, so they're going to try to rearrange, bump a few of these rocks behind the tee line. But to your point, you definitely don't want to give up a steal here going too hard for that too. A score of 1 would still keep them in it.
It happens so often too, though. You do get a little aggressive when you've given up a big score like that. You want to get it all back at once. It's just human nature. You're just peeling this, out-turn peel?
Yep.
If they took their own yellow, they wouldn't be sad.
Curl.
Begovan. Peterman on the brush. Ooh. Okay, up. Releases it. The backing's gone, but what's it left?
A lot of red to start with.
I like your mojo.
I hate to say hit and roll.
I kind of thought hit and roll off the top one.
I know.
I think that's the safest call, isn't it?
Kind of like it.
Just leaves their stones grouped.
Or
So
split that top
If you roll left,
I don't hate that.
yeah, you'll be double down the middle.
We're really grouping them, but
Not bad if we did
we
that.
gotta spread them a little bit.
It's a double right now,
either,
right?
either that or the hit and roll, but then if
Like
it
that?
double.
What do you play?
I
Red?
like
this one.
Or you
Just
play
like
the
that.
hit and the roll off the yellow?
What weight?
I like hitting the yellow. The problem is there's a double right now, Vic. So how do you rearrange that furniture?
Even back 8. Back 8.
Back 8.
It's a tough situation. And to Joe's point, you don't want to group them, but if you leave them the way they are, you could tick it and roll wide, try to get your deuce.
Whoa! Curl! Really got to curl.
Through.
Really got to curl.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Hard to
Punch.
stick to red. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And we'll punch it into the pocket, and then that shooter rolls over, sits though, covering just biting the edge of the 8.
That one we didn't want to.
But
so to stop the double, they've now set up a triple. That's the problem when they're down the middle, as you say, grouped. How do you ungroup them? They tried.
You got it, buddy.
This looks extremely hard. The half rock, it's a triple.
first game since a 69 to open up. And got them all. Goodness. Who cares? Don't look at the numbers.
So back that up a little bit. Yeah, McCarville had a corner guard for a reason. They got around the. If they'd gone around the corner guard, this probably doesn't happen. But they were worried about the rocks down the middle. It's pick your poison, isn't it?
It's always, yeah. And how long do you wait before you address the middle? You wait too long, the other team throws a guard, and then you're in huge trouble. And what a bounce back for Selena.
Yes.
Flashed on her first, makes a triple on her second.
I feel like I need to line up.
Yeah, she was being out curled by a lot early, to 25 points, and now it's just almost even with Andrea.
Line only. Line only. We're bumping.
No, you have nothing.
Like, we're through. We need something.
Stay straight, then.
Straight.
No. It's past it.
And it'll be quick, and once it crosses the line, it'll be hard to keep this thing to stop.
All downhill now.
What was that?
Would you have switched gears, gone for the blank?
Yeah, I think so. That would have.
Kathy, we have our first final, and Team Canada gearing up for the playoffs.
Well, Carey after 4 was in the 50s, but ended the game at about 78%. So definitely improved as it went on. Team looking pretty confident.
So right now they are second in the pool. Still have a chance to finish first should Alberta drop their game against BC and Brown. You have to think Brown is looking over here, a couple of sheets over, knowing that if they win, well, then Ontario loses, it would be Brown and BC third place.
Another option, that previous shot from Northern Ontario, was hit the top and roll on top of one or the other. And, you know, it's early enough. You get a half rock rollout, you get a double, you go to the 9th with a blank, and you know, you can get your 2 that way. Because it's not looking like a 2 right now, Joanne.
Hard! You gotta go now. You gotta go. All you got. Yep, keep going. Bounce off.
Just hit 4.
Okay. Good speed, Caitlin.
Job number 1 there, Vic, was not to stagger something.
So we already know Anderson, Sturmey, and Anderson for the moment moves into first because Sturmey is still a game back. But Sturmey has the advantage, beat Anderson early, so if she wins her game, would get it. It's first place. McCarville, win, you're in. McCarville, lose. Brown wins. Brown is in. Lose. 4-4. 4. We have 5 at 4, and then you end up going to the calculator.
That's right.
Right? If she ever jammed, we get 2.
Yeah, I guess we could. Yeah.
Like that?
You can do that too, yeah. Okay. So you just pick it out.
Yeah. So back 8, back 12, I guess, eh?
Yep.
What's the play?
If we nose it
Gonna-
and she noses, we're drawing against 4 around a rock. But
Yeah, the backend's not happy with this call, but the front end, the back end is playing a tap. Tap it,
Tap it.
back 8, hope
Yeah.
for jam.
As long as we tap it enough, like, to make sure that I have. Yeah.
There's just nowhere else to hide, Joanne.
So
No.
you just want like back 8?
Yeah, I'd say back 8, back 12. Like tap it back 8.
Yeah.
Might try to tap it back 8, roll a little bit behind the top yellows. They'd have to play a short little run. You can hope that it jams on something on the side.
Right. And it also opens up your shot for one to keep the game going.
Gotta go line. Where? Through. Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Hard.
Simple it.
Hard. So whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep.
And taps it back, rolls underneath.
Just because he was going
Wow.
through.
Yeah.
So short race, raise albeit, but you have to be right and perfect with it.
Yeah, rolled a little farther than they wanted it to.
Andrew heard through, so she felt there wouldn't be backing anyways, so they just decided to hide it.
PEI clawing back, but still Quebec in control.
Throw them the out.
Sounds good.
Saw some out-turn peels run really straight, just off the center line. Any outward motion, and they fall.
Look at the ice.
You got her.
Taking an inch negative.
If you're the thrower here, you just want to involve your sweepers. You know they can back it up.
Style of play maybe. Was defensive certainly at
Whoa,
times.
Whoa.
All on its own. Got it.
Nice.
Now, as you heard Krista McCarville say, we'll play the tap and roll as long as I've got something, and she'll have the draw.
Yeah, by getting that first rock of Caitlin's off the forefoot, it gives her a little bit of room here. But Caitlin's sneaky there. She not only made it, she snuck over a little bit. Just maybe going to be in the vision for.
So Laws out curling McCarville at the moment and leads on the scoreboard. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
The side was a hair slower, Joe.
Yeah, I got up to speed though in the 6th end with all those draws. Just a few really caught the curl, so got to make sure you get out there on this.
Line's good.
I don't think it's heavy. No.
Bite of the 4.
Running nice. Running good. Running nice.
Bite of the 4.
Hard line. Hard line.
Against 4. Uh-oh. Now you need Andrea. Look out. Here we go. Need bite of the 4. Kelly. Bite of the 4. Keep it going. Bite of the 4. Oh, they saved it.
What a great sweep.
Against 5.
See, Andrea comes out to help. Fresh brush head, and they seamlessly let her in, dragging that rock that extra couple of inches. Beautifully done.
And they watch on the big screen. The applause. That's the way to do it.
Well, we know what we're gonna do now.
saw some of the hockey bags all loaded up for a trip. This is, of course, the western home of Hockey Canada, their high performance center, Wind Sport Event Center, all part of Canada Olympic Park, but all the hockey players have been forced to play and practice elsewhere as the Scotties has taken over their home. Welcome back on this Thursday afternoon. So Northern Ontario, what a great brush that was as they saved it, dragging it to the top 4. But it's Manitoban Laws now leading by 1. And they once again do have Last Rock playing the Yellowstone.
Game on now. 2 center line guards go up for Team McCarville.
Line's good. Got it, girl. Line's
Two great come-arounds by Kristen in front of the tee line. That's what went wrong for Northern Ontario in a couple ends deep.
Gotta separate them hard. Go, 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 go.
We're not tapping.
Okay.
We're not in. Okay.
15-8. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, you got it.
Just perfect positioning, Joanne, with those yellows, eh?
Yeah, nice actually. They're open too.
Okay, I think Quebec is one of those teams at 4 losses, still alive at the moment, needs help playing Prince Edward Island.
Well, it's been a little bit of a momentum switch. On her first one, Lori faced 3. She tried the double, only got 1 and rolled into the open, and Veronica hit it and stayed. So it is 3 that Lori faces, looking for a draw to the 8-foot. Needs it full. Sorry, Vic.
Pardon me. This PEI team from the Crapo Curling Club, famous for its summer
I think you can go.
lobster and curling event. Laurie St. George from Laval and the Glenmore Curling Clubs.
Speed wobble there.
Gotta go.
You'd have to think it took a little speed off of it.
Sipala
Gotta go.
for Northern Ontario.
Push. Push.
Oh boy. Oh gosh, more. And it's going to give up a steal of 1.
Yep. Good.
Shot Ash.
And for Prince Edward Island, their first stolen point. And it comes in their last game. Still winless so far. The young team, skipped by Jane DiCarlo. All debuts, 4 debuts for that team. And changing the guard, of course, after Suzanne Burt's great run for many years. World Juniors going on in Loja, Switzerland. And the men will not advance from Richmond, BC. Johnson, Tao, and team. Remember now, these junior teams had to fight their way back. They had been relegated our program last year. They were in Loja before Christmas. Now they're in Loja, but the women's team, Mila Plett and the team from Edmonton, they beat Germany to advance to the playoffs. So wish you best of luck.
For sure. Well, Joanne, you see those 2 yellows, you know, you played lead for a while. Where did you want them? Because I'd like to think those are pretty good.
Yeah, and nice that they're not fully buried behind the center line guard, because if you're fully buried and the opposition comes and makes a little rejig, they're buried and there's more mess to deal with. Open is nice because you can use them.
That's allowed Caitlin to just throw single peels this whole end.
You're on it. You're on
Not
it.
too worried
Yeah,
about
we're on
the
it anyway.
perfect
Yeah.
positioning.
Okay.
We go back to that end where Caitlin was sitting 7 for or had 7, and all because Northern Ontario didn't do that. They got them that silly 1.5 feet farther.
They come up a little light on those top 8, top 12. They're going to be used as guards by the other team. If they're not lined up and they're staggered, that also helps the other team.
And then, you know, you look back too, the points that you left on the board. Laws had left 1 on the board first. McCarville had a chance for 2 missed.
Yeah.
You know, there was McCarville 2. There was the chance for 4 possibly. It would have been a tough shot. Only settled for 1.
Exactly. It was very tough.
One day I want to be out there, Mom, okay? If we can do that, I'd really like that. Is that possible? Maybe.
Yeah. Might be today if Mom's not careful.
I don't love it. I don't know what else I like though, because
If we,
But they're one,
We have to
two.
play
So
the
we could-
double right now.
which double?
Can we nose that red?
No.
Make a double?
So
No.
if we nose it, I don't think the yellow. Well, it
No,
might
the
go, but
top
then we
one.
lose that one.
Yeah, we lose the one we're
Then
hitting.
they
shooter
make a double
stays.
and they're getting the blank.
That?
Well, I don't think that's.
Or she's motioning to come around. them.
Here?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the only other thought.
I
And
just
then
don't.
let them hit.
Yeah.
You guys, we need to.
Yeah.
Well, we got lots of time. Do you like here? I don't mind it.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make a move on
Okay,
those,
back
so.
button.
Okay, so 2 feet more.
Yeah.
It's not a bad call. I just think it might be a little bit early for us. Just delay this so that Manitoba doesn't have so many chances to open up the middle.
'Cause that's all they're going to think about, right? Blast.
I think it's a lot more.
I think you're dead on.
Looking for a couple feet more.
You might only.
Andrea
Lots
Kelly.
of room right now.
Weight's great.
No, time's of
Don't
room.
want to.
Yeah,
It's
tons of room.
Don't
It's
want
not
to.
into that middle 4-foot spot, so I don't see it slowing down a lot.
Tons of room. Go, Sarah, if you can.
Sarah, yep.
Sarah, yep. Whoa. Okay, shot.
And to the back four, didn't hide it.
I just don't know what else.
It ran forever out there.
Yeah, it did. I thought you were, yeah. It is good weight.
You just peel that out.
Okay.
Do you like that?
I think so.
Okay. Half a rock misses ours.
Yeah, that would be great to if you could pick it clean.
Peel.
Now Northern Ontario's got to make a decision. You don't want to splash those yellows behind the tee line. It's tricky to pick it clean because of the guard that's top 12.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, crash.
That guard.
Hard.
Oh, man.
And
That's good,
spills it
Sarah.
back.
Nice throw.
Everything's open.
So we either.
Oh,
Good throw, Selena. I like the
I was trying to figure a way Team McCarville could put pressure on them if that was made, but it wasn't made, and now look.
So now what do you do with this if you're Northern Ontario, Joe? What's the plan here?
I think you just lock a freeze on there. It'll be behind the tee line. The pin will still be available, but the force is
Yeah.
one of the options Northern Ontario is okay with.
It's freezing to you the Northern Ontario stone, the red stone back four, or corner freeze the yellow. What are you freezing to?
I think right in the middle is pretty good. Hey, Russ?
Yeah. If you freeze dead on one of them, you run the risk of being chipped out of there. I think right on the hearts, really.
Line's a little tight.
Mine's a little tight, and I think we'll just put it in the middle.
You can turn tight. We've heard that before.
We're there.
Yes,
Chew in. Line's good.
We're there. Okay,
Room.
whoa, that's we're there. Bump
You
it.
can't bump it, or you're going to set up a double.
Sarah, go.
Hard, Sarah.
Go, Sarah.
Hard.
And down to it, taps it back. Shot rock for the moment, belongs to Northern Ontario, but it's Manitoba. And Laws with the hammer.
Do you like just a 10? Yeah.
So, does Caitlin Laws have a chance to get in? Yes, she does. Remember, we told you, should Northern Ontario lose, BC lose, they would fall to 4 losses. And then you've got Quebec if they win. You could have 5 teams at 4 losses. It comes down to the last rock draw distance accumulated through the week. Who has that?
You got her, Caitlin.
Laws. So she would advance in a 5-way tie.
We've highlighted that all week, that it could happen. It's rare, but
well, it's so important. It puts.
Yep.
It's the skill then, right?
It's as good as a win.
Trying to nose this.
Did.
That's really good, because the yellow double would have gone, but now it looks like it might go across the top. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
Ideally, you'd love to tap that yellow back here, but by doing that, your red one comes down and goes this way, and then you're dead.
That's what I was just looking at. Well, you got to get rid of this.
Right. We touch there.
To get rid of that, I'm going a little wide though.
So do you hit it
Which I'm not
on
wrong.
this side to try to have that stuff
She's
all
gonna have
behind
a
it?
hit for 2.
She's gonna have a double for 2 though, right? If we get that off and our shooter sticks and that second, she'd have a double for 2. She could jam it and get
Well,
the
this one's not
steal.
getting off. This is just gone. This one's sitting here, right?
We're always touching this because we have to be super thin not to. Like
Yeah.
our shooter would just go, I mean.
Like our shooter would be gone.
And we can't just tap it back on the nose.
So what if we tap it just to get this
Yeah,
here?
that's what I was just
I think
thinking.
that's what we have to do.
Yeah.
We sit right there.
Yeah.
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 You just
Just
gotta
make-
move
to make
this
it-
2 inches.
Yeah.
Make a tougher draw for 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Time out.
Oh, boy.
Timeout's been called.
Stop our clock. I think you have to come around the side.
Say what?
I thought you had to come around
I
the
know.
side.
No, I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I just like this angle better.
Which angle?
Tick, tick.
Tick, tick what?
With the
Oh,
force.
like
Still jams though.
lots
Get
of
the
weight.
back- Well, if you don't, like you've got no shot,
No.
the
like
only
just
shot
thin.
you're doing is going to leave them a shot. Like if you tap
Yeah.
straight back,
We thought just
They're
to move
lying
that
to.
one. No.
No, we thought just a hair angle.
Tap it a hair so that we just bump
get
this one
there.
enough
But
and
just
stay
seems
right
to me
there.
you're going to leave them a run no matter what for 2.
The tick yellow, is that not going on the red?
jam over there?
Yeah.
no, I could go.
It could
well,
go right
yeah,
through the
no.
hole.
No,
So
actually,
you're almost throwing it to miss it.
But if you hit this back one thick, you're
Make it
doubling
go
and she's
through the
throwing
hole.
for 2.
It's here, Rick.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't.
I don't
It's
think
here to go through the
I
hole.
know you're hearing it. It comes off the back of the red when you go tick,
We
tick,
have to hit this
and
here.
out.
That's dead jam.
Yeah.
We have
I
to
think
hit
it
this
goes
like
off the
here.
back,
That's dead
but-
jam.
It might
Chris
go
is
What
right.
else do you have then?
That
the
tap,
shot.
we just go.
Just a tap in turn?
Tap in turn
Drop
just
two
to move
tougher.
this 2 inches.
Yeah.
And if we sat right there,
Yeah.
and then we're
Like just a hair on this side. Tap this one back to here.
and she'd have a double for
We
2.
sit
So
here.
1 inch high?
I mean, she has a draw, but
Wait, just back 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the broom for that then?
so
We got 2 seconds left of timeout.
kind
Just a heavy
It's
draw.
hard for Rick
like
to see
no
the
more
angles
than
when he's at the
back
other
Yeah,
end, but
back eight's good.
this is
You
the
just
right
gotta
call.
move this
Tap
far
it
enough
back.
out. Yeah.
Try
Just gotta move that
to
8
stay
inch.
here.
2 inches?
That red one will, yellow one will go back, of course, and unfortunately there'll be a shot for 2, but the shot they had drawn up was going to go right there.
So just
He thought maybe, Joe, that if the angle's right,
Back
would
four,
come off the
back
back
eight?
of that stone.
Yeah.
back 8.
Yeah.
Back 8.
That I mean,
your
if
time.
it
We
didn't
got
jam,
lots
it'd be
of time for
the
stuff.
guaranteed force. Hard double.
Yeah. That was the other problem with that plan.
Best option is this.
Yeah.
This has to be perfect though, and still though there will be an opportunity for 2 if it's made.
Basically a freeze. Just throw T-line with pressure draw on the button and let the brushes just move it. You only have to go a foot. Just get in that line though.
Through.
Final stone. Trying to keep themselves in the game here. Don't give it up the deuce. Push it back, and now they'll have that draw for 2.
Pick it for 2.
Tough one though.
We had hit on the first one wide before.
Oh, yeah.
Start of the button, Steve.
If, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
A couple of options if you're Caitlin Laws, you could just pick that Northern Ontario stone out of the way for your 2.
Yes. I thought that's what she would play with her skill set, but you don't win a gold medal in mixed doubles not being able to find the 4-foot.
Like draw the button, Steve.
Yep.
Boy, that curled hard. They were carving that for all it's worth, and it only curled by a lot.
And it had tons of weight.
It's heavy.
Up by 1. Trying to add a couple.
Line's good. Really close.
Liked it out of her
Line's
hand.
good, a little late.
Caitlin
Right on the
Laws.
tee line. Right on the tee. Curling.
Peterman.
Hard line.
The push.
Hard line.
Here it goes. Looking for a couple. Here it goes. Can you add 2 more? Here it goes. Oh, this is big too. This is going to come up a little light. Going to come up light. Oh, goodness. And it'll be just 1.
1 yellow.
So, Northern Ontario get the force Down by 2, they'll have the hammer coming home. So here we go. Northern Ontario got what they needed, a force. Just a single point from Manitoba. So Laws leads it, 6-4, scratching to keep herself alive. Northern Ontario with the hammer coming home, playing the Redstones.
That's really nice here still, Jess.
Yeah.
And this is that
5. I haven't drawn in a while.
really
Looks
nice.
like a real slow kick. Yeah.
Looking for the high guard here for Jocelyn Peterman. They want as much separation as possible up the middle.
Oh, no. I added. No,
halfway.
No, you're too much.
Work.
So a little ad, maybe a little hot out of her hand.
Is it deeper or no? Tight.
Definitely the quickest speed we've seen all week this morning, or this afternoon rather.
Let it sit.
Maybe a little curl. 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 Good judge.
Kathy, we have a final, and Alberta and Selena Sturmey. There you go. She was a little shy about embracing the crowd early in the week, but now loving it because they will, in fact, finish in first.
Well, and Selena made some wonderful shots. The BC team, for the most of the game, outshot Alberta but it was Selena making a key draw in the 9th end. Otherwise, Corinne had a chance for 3, and she did try the run back, but just missed it.
Kind of lost our shooter, eh?
Our shooter? What was?
Yeah. I think broom length. Broom's length.
Nice double peel, and a real bonus. Getting that rock back there can really pay dividends later in the end.
Weight's good.
Still there.
Weight's good.
Easy.
Want this guard to be tight.
Got it, curl.
If it's high, you know that Northern Ontario
Really tight.
will be able to
Gotta curl.
chase
Your broom.
shot rock at some point and try to roll behind a corner.
Yep.
The other option would be to peel one of those corners.
Nice spot. Nice. Like this.
So up by 2, but PEI is sitting 2, Kathy.
Well, she tried to make a run on her first one, got 1, but just missed the other stone. And Veronica Main hit to lie 2, so she does need to make contact with something.
Make one goal away and keep their chances alive. Quebec.
Line's good.
Curl if you can. No, line.
Line's fine. Get it there.
And we'll spill them and pick up one more for the win.
Good game.
Keep going.
Good game.
9-6 is your final. Prince Edward Island will finish winless, and Quebec now at 4-4.
A little dangerous leaving these corner guards out there. I know what Caitlin's doing. She's trying to keep her busy down the middle, and she has. But if that was made, you know, there's all kinds of angle raises for at least 2.
It really had to sit second shot coming around that corner, though.
Yeah.
Late, it guards second shot now.
Yeah, very true.
Go a little. Got a stick for line. Over and off.
Everything you got. Everything you got.
Get it over.
Get it over.
Line's perfect. Hard. Go.
Haven't seen it.
No.
Good throw, buddy. Nice throw, Selena.
So here we go. It's all on the line in this game. We know Sturmey finishes first, Anderson second. McCarville win in. McCarville lose 5 at 4 losses, and because of the last stone draw, Logs would take the position.
Wow. 5 tied.
Yeah, so Laws wins, she's in. Northern Ontario wins, they're in. Simple as that.
Back 8. I was gonna say back. That's okay.
Back 8.
Stay close for line. No, it's more like back 12.
We can't.
Quick spot off the center now.
And deep it goes.
Okay.
Well, let's sit for second. It does.
Good.
Possible 5-way tie, Vic. We said in our first day opening that there in each pool there were 7 teams possible to get that 3rd spot, and that's exactly what's happened.
Top 8 women's teams in our country in this field here in Calgary.
You got it, Selena. No ad.
Line's good.
T-line.
Okay. Close.
Back 4.
Room.
Back 8.
Okay, curl if you're heavy.
You agree?
Really got to curl if you're heavy. Okay, stay close.
You're close.
Straight. Hard.
Line's good.
Still back 8.
Hard.
Selena Negovin,
Tapping.
Peterman on the brush. Line, very good, and tap it does a little bit
Nice shot.
to sit 2.
Nice shot, Selena. Nice throw. Good.
Or that. Yeah, I think we play that for now. The corner.
Similar weight.
Okay.
Similar weight, eh?
A little bit less, though.
A little less.
See the red on the left there. They might be able to do something with that later.
I think it's a hair. Weight's good.
Whoa, more line.
Almost a hair more, no?
Well, line.
Yeah,
Looks
haven't
like
in this game
Looks like line.
I thought so.
not managed to score 2 or more with last rock.
Hard, Sarah.
Whoa,
Can
we take the front? Go
So far held to 4 singles. Tick the front, and they will. And that's
Okay.
going to just open up that shot rock a little bit more, but indication is a guard coming.
Yeah, like.
But look at this, Vic. That's automatic if you can get the top one. If this combination goes,
Yeah.
you've got 2 red buried, and you'll have some type of raise later.
Yeah.
There's still chances here.
Yeah.
Caitlin's doing the right thing, but you kind of hate with a 2-point lead leaving red in play. That's almost lined up. You might even put the top on a cashmere into the rings when you play it too.
Yeah. Okay. I'd rather be like just biting than over curl. We have to stay on that.
Never be tempted to put another one in the 8-foot here.
Nice here.
For Caitlin, yes.
Caitlin.
What are they doing, guard?
The guard, yeah.
Kind of the nicest you've thrown in.
Look at those 2 reds. They're just
You got her.
lined up on that double. Don't know whether they've seen it, but I think that's the only way to dodge. Yeah, it's a 3 maybe.
Yeah, come around and half bury.
12.
Hold in.
Where are you?
Top 12, top 8.
No.
Is it coming down?
What to do with it?
Line's getting okay.
Okay, stay close.
It's coming off a little.
Where are
top
you?
12.
Close for line.
It's tight. It's tight.
Yep.
Yes.
Just tight. Just tight.
Yes.
High. Bounce it off. High.
And they're going to overlap it.
I think one of the Northern Ontario front end just ran down and talked to the back end about that potential.
That spot.
Yeah.
I felt like it was one of my slower slides.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
A little bit of 8.5.
Still this one, they're going to go for this first. That works too. If you could stick this, Joanne, you can get your 2 the old-fashioned way. And if you get the chance to do that later, who knows?
Do you think they're shot if they stick it right on the nose?
This is the one spot where
No.
the intern should come
Honestly,
up a
they
little,
don't.
right?
It's very close.
Side yellow, I think, might outcount it.
I have one more shot, too.
Yeah.
You never know the roll you might get 2 off it.
Well, but just stick it buried here live.
Northern Ontario.
8.
First for
Whoa.
Krista McCarville. Trying to angle this back. It's all up to Kelly now. Is this the right angle back? Got it. No, and they'll touch it a little more underneath. Maybe peaks on that outturn side.
The game. Nice try.
Came up more than expected. They liked it early.
I mean.
Yeah, already start replaying, don't you?
Sounds good.
Game's not over, and she's already thinking about what may have been.
We have time if you see something, but
Yeah, we got lots
I'm
of
just
time.
trying to see if she has anything off of here, like Finn and the double.
The only one I was looking at was this one.
Very, very thin here, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, I don't think she has anything for 2 off of this.
Oh, yeah, I do look thin.
Maybe. Like, what do you think she has off of here?
what's that?
Like, what do you think she has off of here? Does she have this into here?
Well, the turning point has to be the 7th, and it was just maybe mismanagement by Northern Ontario. They just didn't clear the front of the house, left the draw for 3 for Laws, the exchange of stones, and you can see that both these skips are within 4 points of each other. 6-4 Laws leading. A win would put them in. A game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue.
A little higher, like halfway high. Okay.
Might be a really, really thin double
Yeah, we're quite a bit wider.
off shot rock here, so just going to guard that.
Just a hair less. I just want to make sure we block ours for sure. Okay.
You got her, Caitlin.
2 feet less.
Yeah, just a couple feet. You got her.
No way.
Okay, line's good.
Clean it if you
Halfway, you can.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta sit.
To your broom.
Over curling.
Gotta sit.
Little past
Clean
your
it.
Stop.
Clean it.
We're tight.
Okay, that's fine. Just needs to stop.
We're past your broom. Same depth.
Bounce or do something.
Yep.
All right.
Very nice.
Do you see anything?
No, I really don't. You've got that shot I drew up with the red to get all them out of there and sit 3, but that shot rock will still be
I
there.
don't see any physical other shot.
It's probably is big.
Here? Like peel?
Yeah.
So off the yellow,
How much
come
can I
over
see?
and maybe catch both?
9?
Yeah, I guess it gets.
Well, and I don't know if I can throw big
It looks like
weight.
it's buried though, but
I think you have
if you could get about an inch of this.
Well, do you think that red one's not there? The thin red?
I thought like thin off the red side.
That's what I was.
That's
okay.
what
I can't see a single thing.
Yeah,
We'll try
that's
the
just
thin
it.
off the red.
I mean, the craziest thing is if you were to
No, red
make this
This one? Yeah.
triple, they're not going to play it now, but that biter up top could come into play.
Yeah.
You've still got a minute, Krista.
Yeah, they're going to try to carry him off the
There
biter,
more.
redirect the Krista's shooter onto the shot rock, and hope this has enough power, this one here, to get back. And I doubt if it would. It's lined up.
Final stall.
Yes!
Is there some
Whoa!
Krista Marvel in this?
Whoa!
Nice try.
And nice try. Goodness. Gets one. But it will be Caitlin Laws, who started the week with 2 straight losses, make the final 6-5. And Laws, they're going, yes they are, they're into the final, into the playoffs here at the Scotties. A 5-team tie at 4-4, and Laws will get the spot by virtue of their last stone draws. And Northern Ontario, who had hopes of being the Team Canada when they go back home, will have to earn their spot to get back to Thunder Bay.
The 2024 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, Canada's home for barbecue. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.